Legendary. This is going to really be the legendary offseason for what we're going through this season. I don't want to ever see this kind of offseason again. I'm talking about everything going on but football. I got some toilet paper if you need to buy some too. Toilet paper sales have jumped up understandably. I heard it was up to 240% from this time last year. Let's get real for a minute, fam. I'm telling you right now, the headlines read, picking the right wide out this year is going to be tougher than it currently appears. You and I probably already had our picks. I know I did. I've heard from you. I know you do. And all of a sudden, you go into the mindset of the savant, of the Jedi, of the guru, and all of a sudden you start to question your own thinking. You just think about having Kyle Shanahan for your coach, fam. Because it seems coach finds it tough to draft a wide receiver out of college. It's documented that he has said it time and time again. But now the 49ers have the number 13 pick in the 2020 NFL Draft, a spot that is poised to select one of the top wide receivers of the year that's supposedly full of great pass catchers. Shanahan, alongside, of course, GM John Lynch and the Niners scouting staff, are going to have to work through this problem. They have to. You know, I mean, there's so many reasons why they have to. It seems Shannon's biggest issue is evaluating college receivers. In fact, he has a list of issues. I went down to him. I says, damn, he's got a point. The lack of man-to-man coverage at the collegiate level is weak. Shanahan was quoted saying at the NFL Draft Combine, something he has often been heard saying, there's a lot of zone. It's a lot more spaced out with the hashes, so you don't get to see a lot of one-on-ones and how they beat man coverage. True. If in the NFL, if you can't beat man-to-man coverage as a wide receiver, you cannot play. It really is as simple as that. You know that's true, don't you? He goes on to say, yes, there's plenty of zone in the pros, too, but even the most zone-dominant teams, like the 49ers, frequently mix in man-to-man, particularly on key downs. Haven't seen anything that wasn't true yet. Receivers can't take off those plays, but unless you have game tape of a prospect playing Ohio State and maybe LSU, you rarely get to see a collegiate receiver take on a cornerback 1-versus-1. Imagine having to evaluate an NFL receiver's quality after they played the Raiders, a team that plays collegiate cover 4 as much as anyone in the NFL and gives up copious amounts of points in the process. It's effectively a prevent defense all game. Is the receiver good or is the defense just bad? These are all very tangible arguments. Or think about it as if you had to figure out if a receiver was good, but they were going to go up against guys who, like Richard Sherman, give 7, 9, sometimes even more than 10 yards of space to a receiver at the line of scrimmage. But then, unlike Sherman, the cornerback didn't have the smarts and instincts to make the gap a trap. It's tough enough determining if a collegiate guy can take his game to the next level. It's a whole other thing to determine if they can effectively play a different game. Hadn't said anything yet that wasn't right. He goes on, he says a lot of it just spread out zones so you can see guys run with the ball and their movements, but you don't always get to see a developed receiver. Shanahan's in this sermon mode, man. I'm telling you right now. He continues by saying it takes time to develop a guy, so you never know how long that is going to take. It depends on the guy. It depends on the skill set. It's always a guess, unquote. So I start questioning my own thinking. I says, damn. Kyle. I mean, come on, man. You just poured water all over a lot of people's hopes, especially if you take it seriously, and I did. Shanahan has in the past looked towards kick and punt returns to see how a collegiate receiver would operate in open space. That's worked well with players. Deebo Samuel worked out. Okay, good. And Trent Taylor, of course, worked out. Good. But then there's, all of a sudden, this Dante Pettis. What happened? What happened there? Fam, the 49ers don't have much time for development if they were to take a receiver with pick number 13 either. That's too high a pick to be. He needs to come in ready to roll. He's a receiver, though. And with all that we just mentioned, can you truly rely on that? Some of the people who talk about Jalen Hurd, is he going to be ready? You know what? That's a very scary thought. Is he? 3 receivers have separated themselves as the cream of the crop in the draft class. Bama's Jerry Jeudy, everybody's favorite guys, the consistent number 1 overall player at the position, but he's closely followed by his teammate Henry Ruggs and Oklahoma's Ceedee Lamb. Any of the 3 could be the first receiver selected in the draft, and there's a chance all 3 are off the board by the time the Niners selected number 13. Now what? Making the matter more complicated towards making a choice for the Niners is that there's an intriguing variance between the 3 receivers. Judy's the most well-rounded and polished. Ruggs is no doubt about it the most athletic, rolling that 4.27 40. Meanwhile, Lamb has the highest upside, but the dude may have the lowest floor, too. Are any of these players at number 13 the correct option is the question, or will the Niners feel more comfortable rolling the dice later on in the draft? Which, the 49ers have had huge success. Deebo's not a first-round pick. Look at him. Everybody in the league wants a Deebo. This is the draft that you better not pass on, though. The Niners need to add an impact receiver this season after losing E-Man Sanders, and keeping in mind the Niners cap crunch, there might not be opportunity to violate stage free agency or a trade. OBJ is out of the question. Ain't nobody going to be paying him no $14 million. If they could have, they would have kept Sanders. You know how much Kyle Shanahan likes Sanders. He fit right in like a glove. He has impact on the other receivers, and he just plays roles on so many different levels that he would have been the guy to go get. You can pay OBJ. Is he going to come in and do that? Doubt it. It's scary because it appears a portion of the Niners' success next year will be riding on Shanahan, Lynch, and company being able to correctly answer one of the toughest questions in football. Who is the one? Will we find Neo in this year's draft? It's a scary thing at number 13. If you go in the second round, in third round, you receiver does not work out, okay, fine. Because the 49ers already have a trio, or had a trio, right? Deebo's going to be fine. Trent Taylor would be fine. We already know he's good if he could only be healthy. Kendrick Bourne's one of the best guys to come in and cover gaps that you can find. One of the things Kyle talks about is running. Kendrick Bourne get in and out of a route faster than most receivers in the NFL, actually, which makes him so effective. Deebo's just solid all the way around. You got George Kittle out there. In fact, fam, do you know the 49ers are actually looking at, is his name Hooper? The guy the Browns picked up? Do you know the 49ers are actually looking at him? Kyle may go for a tight end in the first round. At 13, don't be shocked if Kyle goes for a tight end, the top tight end. And speak to that. If anybody knows who's the top tight end in the draft this year, run it by me. I want to hear that. He's open to anything I can see right now, but don't look for Kyle. You know what? If those 3 guys are available, even if 2 or 3 of them are available, it's not a guarantee Kyle's going to go with it. He's looking at things that nobody else is looking at. Well, a lot of people aren't looking at. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Curtis Reed, he says, I think the San Francisco 49ers were holding Jalen Hurd back to learn to play the tight end position to do his back. I think he got the tool to do it. All day he has to learn how to do his back. Curtis, one thing, tell you what, ask Dante Johnson if Jalen Hurd can block. Jalen made Dante so mad they had to break him up down the field. Jalen likes to block. He's big, strong, he's physical, and if you get in the way, he will block you, and apparently does a good job of it. So that's not his issue. His back is the thing. So it says, y'all see Marquise's YouTube? It looks more like it's regarding the Olympics in football. See, there's another thing. There's another thing to keep in mind. They have not addressed Marquise Good. I don't know if they're trying to trade him, if they're shopping him, and maybe nobody's biting. But Keys probably thinks he's not coming back next year. I told you, though, if they do pick up Ruggs, I think that might be it for Marquise. Just my thinking. I could be so far wrong. Matt else, hey, shout out from Bend, Oregon. Matt, what's up? Hey, Jaeger, I say Jaeger 805. I'm excited to see how Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw perform. Feel like Fred and Dre are great leaders and could step up without Buckner. Yeah, no, the other guys in the team are going to. We're not going to. Leadership thing. Buckner was a leader, in not on that aspect. He was a leader in other ways, but I don't think he's going to have. He was a team captain, though. I'm not sure what his influence was in the locker room, though. Andy Baker says, go. Hey, did we say Andy Baker? From Memphis. Anthony Baker says, oh, that's right. Anthony, what's up? He says, take the 13th pick and get a wide receiver. And, that's what I think most of us thought was going to happen. And Will Roberts says, I think we draft a second receiver because we don't know if Hurd will be fully healthy with that back. True. And Big Show says, there's no tight end in the draft picking at 13. That's way too much of a reach. I'm just trying to pick the mind apart of Shanahan. It looks like one of those intricate motherboards that if they send it to you to repair, you'd never be able to figure it out. I just don't get what he's thinking. What is he talking about? He's making you believe. Shanahan doesn't believe in these guys. He needs to see some more things. And he's not crazy about picking them up too early in the draft just to go out and teach them. They don't have time. Big Mo says, can either the big three first-round wide receivers block well enough for Kyle's system? Another good question. We already know that Denzel Mims can, but Denzel Mims not considered one of the cream of the crop. And at number 13, you're probably supposed to pick the cream of the crop, right? Glitter and Duck Terry, thanks for being You're so welcome, fan. I appreciate being here with you, too. And Killer Cass says 2 wide receivers in the first round, and then corner, then offensive lineman, and then another corner and linebacker. Killer Cat. That means the 49ers probably need to trade one of them first-round picks, right? To get all that. I had my mind made up of what I was thinking was going to happen. Kyle's confused me all the way out the door now. You know what I'm saying? Why does that happen every time I do this? I gotta fix this so I don't do that every time I pull up. All right. It's not a tech difficulty. It's just a manual difficulty. Okay, it's already fixed. I'm back. See if I can avoid that. All right. Hey, Dre, good to bring Dre in first because I know Dre's got some answers for some of my questions here. Dre, come on in, man.
What's happening? What's going on, my guy? What's happening with it, man?
I'm telling you, man. I would not advise. When Kyle Shanahan puts his thoughts out there, don't read them. He only causes you to get confused. I don't see anything wrong with the first 3 receivers, and Kyle's making you think. Don't be assuming I'm gonna pick these guys. What do you think, Dre?
Right, man, Kyle doing the good old, you know what I'm saying? The reverse pivot, man.
Yeah, don't
He's
want you to pick
up
his
reverse
dudes.
pivot. He told us last year he really likes Quentin Williams, and even brought him in for an interview 4 days before the damn draft.
I remember what he had for breakfast.
Come on, man.
He had a salad.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, they went to the pancake house. I remember.
You're right.
He said, yeah, they went to the pancake house.
Is he doing it to
I
us
swear,
again?
bro, that's what happened. Yeah, bro. Like he's doing the same exact thing, and he's a genius for it. I really do love it.
God, he got me.
But it ain't no stock in that, bro. We know what's up, Kyle, and I'm happy you're putting that out there. Go ahead and put that out there.
He did.
Put that out there. I love it. I really love it. I like it. Yeah, man. The title of the day is which 3 of these are NFL wide receivers, and I think all 3 of them, bro.
Yeah.
All 3 of these guys, whether it's Lamb, my guy Ruggs, or Jeudy, all 3 of these guys within 2 to 3 years will be Pro Bowlers, and we'll be talking about them, every Sunday before the game for years to come. I mean, Lamb has the size. He's strong at the point of contact. He has the top end speed for how big he is. He can work on his route running. He's like not a pristine route runner, but what I can tell you is a lot. He's just that guy where you can throw it up in a radius within 5 to 7 feet, and he's going to find a
He's
way to
gonna
get
win
the
that.
ball. That is, that's just something that it's not coachable. You either have that instinct or you don't,
True.
and he's just able to do that. Then you have Jerry Jeudy. He's the best route runner, coming in the draft. I'll admit that. He's a workhorse. He is somebody who is dynamic when he gets the ball in his hand. He reminds me of Jerry Rice in this point where his 40 time isn't super fast, like he ran a 4.54, but you put him in pads on the field and he's going to outrun some guys. And there's a difference between track speed and field speed, and Jerry Jeudy has field speed. The way he's able to stop and accelerate, he's able to stop on a dime and accelerate extremely fast. Is something that I haven't, seen, in a while in this draft. And my boy Henry Ruggs the third. He could run he's not a route runner as far as Jerry Jeudy, but the man can run every route on the tree. He's dynamic. He has track speed and field speed. And you could use him in so many different ways. Do you want him to catch it in space? Do you want him to go across the middle? Do you want him to go over the top? Do you just run a post route? Do you want him to run a 90? Do you want to put him in kick returns or punt returns? Do you want him to motion and come around and do a jet sweep and break it to the house? He could do it all. And that's the reason I like him, is because he's not just dynamic as a receiver. He's dynamic as a runner, and he's dynamic in pass, and he's a dynamic in kick and punt returns.
Yeah.
He gives you the most bang for your buck. He's a track star Debo. He's a track star Debo,
exactly.
bro. Yeah, bro. He just gives you the most bang for your buck. So. Yeah, man, I'm excited.
I believe you picked Ruggs out as your choice as well, didn't you?
I picked Ruggs as my choice, but I won't be disappointed if Kyle goes with Jeudy. But I just think you want to add the guy that could do, that can give you the most for your buck. And if you want that guy to carry the ball, if you want him to receive, if you want him to kick a punt return, he's just that guy. He's just that guy for me. Yeah, and I'm excited about coming up on Easter, man. We're gonna get this mock draft in. I've been doing my homework, and it's gonna be a good one.
Coming from you, Dre, it's always gonna be a thing because like Dre does a lot of in-depth thinking on what he does. All right, Dre, good stuff, fam.
All right, bro.
And Dre's coming up another week with that draft, so yeah, looking good for
sir.
that.
Yes,
All right,
sir.
fam. I'm gonna see
Shout
you tomorrow,
fam.
Monday Night Raw. All right.
Yes, sir. Yeah, shout out to TNT fam, man. Trey, Big Show, Jerry Fresh, Russo, Shay Lewis, man. My player partner Will, my big bro, big body Griff, man. We in here, man. Yeah, it's about that time. We got a couple of more weeks, and we're gonna see what's going on.
All right, fam. All right. Have a good night, Dre.
All right, peace out. All right, you too.
We sure. The area code says 763. Hello. 763. Come on in. 763. A lot of times we get like phones and area code numbers. People don't know who we
What's up, Ronbo?
Hey, who is this?
This is Curtis Reed.
Curtis Reed. Hey, what's up, Curtis?
What's up, Ronbo?
Curtis,
man, I've been watching your show for the last 2 years, and I was like, what has your been for my life?
Oh, thanks, Curtis.
I was like, Ronbo, you the man, Ronbo. You the man. I appreciate what you do for the 49ers.
Well,
I've been
thanks.
Niners since '88, man.
Oh, good stuff.
I
just love doing it, so
man.
it's a pleasure.
Oh, yeah, man. But I'll get to the topic, man. It's like,
well, yeah, Curtis. Yeah, you know this, man. Because I'm thinking Kyle Shanahan, the man is a master, and Dre just put. I know Dre just put the truth to it too. Kyle's out here manipulating minds. He's got everybody tripping because Kyle's making it feel like, man, I ain't seen nothing up there that's making me convinced that I ought to go pick them. I don't know if they can do this. I don't know if they can do that. Man, they're playing against defenses that they'll never get to see in the NFL. and they may not even work out. I'm thinking, damn, Kyle, stop making sense, man. So I got scared. So I said, I need to see what everybody thinks about that. So, Curtis, is Kyle on to something here? Can these boys come in and shine, or will they come in and get an ass whooping and be another Dante Pettis?
Oh, Pennis sucks. I ain't worried
But
about
he
Pennis.
didn't suck at Washington. Go ahead.
Yeah, he was a good punt returner, but he sucks. He sucks. But I'm gonna tell you this, Ronbo. I'm gonna tell you this. My boy Kyle he's a good coach, but what's the receiver name?
Which one?
What's the receiver name?
Well, on the 49ers last year, this year, Dante Pettis, you mean?
This year one had a back problem.
Oh, Jalen Hurd.
Hurd.
Yeah.
I think another one Hurd. I think, the Kyle Shanahan offense, you need at least 2 years to know it.
Yeah.
But I think I would put him as a tight end to go with Kittle.
Yeah.
He got the size, he got the speed.
You think maybe the back? I worry about his back. You can't play football with a back issue. I just wonder how serious it is. When they said they wouldn't put him on the plane to ride to the Super Bowl with him because there were concerns about his back being jarred. I said, he's that fragile? I thought it was healed up
Yeah.
for the most part.
He's that fragile. Yeah, he can't play football. He's that fragile. Because I seen when he shined in the Cowboys preseason game.
Didn't he?
He
Oh,
shined.
he was awesome.
Oh, he was awesome. He was awesome. That's why I think that they can put him in tight end, then go get like Curtis Samuel. He on trade block. There's no Shanahan like them quick, fast receivers.
Curtis Samuel's on a trade block?
Yes, he on trade block.
That makes sense. Panthers are letting everybody out.
Yeah.
If you get rid of Cam, anybody's susceptible to get thrown out. So yeah.
Yeah, he didn't want that bad, but he just had no good quarterback like we got Jimmy G.
Yeah, Curtis Samuel would do well in Kyle Shanahan's system due to his skill
Right.
set.
He's quick and he's fast. He's quick and fast, and he'll still go pick up a receiver on 13th round and trade the 31st round, get some more picks. I want some more picks.
Keep an eye out for that because I don't see the 49ers keeping that 31 pick. If they can get any calls on it, yeah. They can get any calls on that. They're gonna get rid of it. Go ahead.
What do you think about Kinlaw?
See,
I watched this. I like today.
Kyle's got me thinking Kinlaw could be in the mix for number 13 if he's still around. Oh, what's this? There's another badass defensive lineman. Forget his name. Roquan, something like that. Anyway, don't be surprised. I'm telling you, fam.
You don't know what they're gonna do.
Curtis, I'm telling you, man.
You don't know.
Because Kyle, he may be tripping and just trying to get people to get off the scent. But if they pick up a defensive end in the first round, I'm saying, damn. I said, is he BSing us or is he serious? No, he was serious. We're not getting a wide receiver. Curtis, I can see everybody in the Niner Empire. You'll hear the echo all over the world. Oh, hell no.
Hey, be honest with you,
for the suckers that don't
I love
know,
you, brother.
I'm saying.
I love you, brother. But I'll be honest with you, bro. I love you. But, hey, I think old boy could be a nice tight end.
Which one? Jalen
Hurd? Hurd.
He could be.
I think if they put him down tight end, we could get another receiver. We could get Curtis Samuel, and then we could draft another receiver.
Curtis, we done ran out of time. Hey, Curtis, you had some chance, man. Get back here tomorrow night. We'll continue probably on the same subject to some degree. All right?
Bet. I love what you do, Romo, man. I love all y'all.
Thanks, man.
Niner faithful, I love y'all. I love you, man. I
We
ain't
all
know
love
this.
you
I
back,
ain't know
Curtis.
this was going on for like 2 years, man. I ain't know nothing about this. So I saw you on YouTube,
All right.
and I started following you.
Well, thanks. All right,
Go
Curtis.
Niners.
Yeah. We'll see you tomorrow if you get some time, all right? Looking for you. All right.
All right.
Night.
I'll be there.
Now here's Stevie. Man, I know he's got it. Hey, Stevie, come on in, man.
Ronbo, what's up, Ronbo?
Stevie, man, I need to put my mind at ease because my mouth has been watering for a wide receiver at number 13, one of the premier wide receivers, because one of them three dudes is going to be left. Because there's other positions that need to be filled by other teams. Everybody don't need a wide receiver in the first 20 picks. So I figured like 2 or 3 of them dudes are going to be available. Now I'm reading Kyle's thinking, and I figured, like Dre said, the only reason they put that out there is to get people to follow that scent and throw them off of Kyle's track. Stevie, what's Kyle doing, man?
Well, what's kind of confusing right now is that everybody knows that we need a receiver, so the receiver-needed teams could jump in front of us now. So getting guys like Jeudy or Lamb, or even so some of them got Ruggs even going in the top 10 now. May it happen? I don't know, but it's kind of messing us up now because now everybody knows we need a receiver.
Everybody
So by
wants a
everybody
Tyreek
knowing
Hill.
that, they're going.
Yeah.
Exactly. So they're nowhere needed for it. So that's what's kind of confusing. So I wouldn't be even shocked if we get a cornerback at 13, like Ceedee Henry, because
Yes.
be honest with you, because we could still trade. We could actually trade back and still get, you know what I'm saying, another receiver like Justin Jefferson. It's a deep receiver class.
Somebody
Like
said
Debo
Higgins.
wasn't the number one receiver over there.
Stevie,
Yeah, you got Higgins. You got people. You got people you can get. You don't have to get Jeudy and all them. Like you don't. They could be just as good. Like the Denzel Mills. Everybody loves him. I'm not too high on him, but you know, you could get him. We don't. They were talking about him before we were talking about getting Jeudy and all them, because I highly doubt that we're going to get him at 13, knowing that everybody knows we need a receiver.
And Oakland's not about to let Jeudy get past him.
Exactly, and we also got to see how Kyle views Debo. Does he view Debo as a highly qualified number 2, or does he view him as a number 1? So if he views him as a number 1, who else does he get to supplement him? That's another question we need to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know about Chanel. I don't know about him. Like we don't need 2 Debos out there. We need other versatile receivers. We don't need just 2 Debos. But we do need a big body red zone receiver. We need him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, Ronbo, we need him. But we need a receiver that has separation as well. They don't have to be tall, but just need great separation and great catching skills. Because right now, that's what Emmanuel Sanders was for us. He provided that veteran leadership that we needed, but at the same time, he knew route concepts, he knew coverages. And we just we need the star receiver. We definitely need a corner. Definitely need a corner. Not to be opposite side of Sherm, because Emmanuel Mosley is perfectly fine. We need somebody to replace Sherm. That's different. So we don't need nobody opposite side of Sherm.
That's right.
Right, exactly. So we have a lot of. Well, we don't have a lot of holes. We just got 2 main holes, because I feel like Brunskill is going to be a very good tackle.
Yeah.
I feel like he's going to be a very, very good tackle, because he actually, with my personal level, we didn't see the difference.
And Stevie, speak to the thing about people think that Armstead's career was based last year mainly on DeForest Buckner being double teamed. That is, to me, a misconception.
Well,
Armstead did well because of the edge pressure, and Kasurik's system seems to just fit what he does. But what do you think on that?
Well, I feel as if, you work hard enough, you get the results. So, it's been 4 or 5 years. You should, and you were a first-round talent for a reason, So, one thing about him, he was never garbage. He was just never healthy.
Available.
That was his main problem.
Yeah.
Once he was available, maybe we probably would have seen better stats from him on a regular basis. We probably would have seen seasons like this from him, but he was always unhealthy. So, but now he's healthy. He's back on it. And I know he has something to prove now, just because, Defoe left, so now he's not living in that shadow anymore. So,
Stevie, also, Colin Johnson. He's on my mind. I've seen a clip of him.
Oh, the one from Texas?
Yeah, I don't believe it.
If he would have came out last year, Roman, he was a first-round pick. He was a first-round pick last year had he came out, but he wanted to stay, and then his stats didn't prove worthy of it. But he was definitely a first-round pick last year. But he decided to stay for his senior year, but that kind of messed him up.
Why would he do that?
So by doing
Nobody
that,
does that. That's crazy.
Yeah. that's the same thing the dude from Stanford did, Bryce Love. He was a guaranteed first round pick, but tried to stay for
I
10
remember
years.
Bryce. Forgot all
It
about
messed him up.
Bryce.
Yeah. So it's things like that kind of mess people up. But Colin Johnson is actually a very good receiver. Like, a very, very good receiver.
I thought his tape was fake.
So
I thought
that's
they
why I said,
doctored
Ronbo,
it.
this draft class is deep. So I'm not too worried about getting. Do I want Jerry Jeudy, Ceedee Lamb, and Henry Ruggs? Of course, either one of those three. But Justin Jefferson is just as good. He played in the SEC. You get 18 touchdowns or 14 touchdowns, whatever he had in the SEC. You get that in the SEC. You
can play in the NFL. Yeah, that's what Kyle mentioned. Ohio State or LSU. If you got to go up against them and you can do things, you can probably do things in the NFL.
Exactly, Ronbo. And the fact that he played in a pro system, people not really realizing that. A lot of people play in the air raid system, but this is a pro system he played in with the offensive coordinator, who's now the offensive coordinator for the Panthers, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So by that being the case, like, you're in the NFL system. So my bad, Ron. My mind's kind of messed up right now, but that's gonna slur my words.
Okay.
But
as long as you're otherwise healthy, no problem. Stevie, we gotta go.
Yeah,
though.
right.
Stevie's gonna join us here in a couple of weeks, and he's gonna have his draft all set up for us too. Stevie, let me.
That's a bit.
Let me see you tomorrow if you get some time. Be looking for you, okay?
Oh yeah, I'll be back on tomorrow.
All right, fam. Have a good night.
All right, Rumble.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Stevie out Florida way. Hey, and here he comes, Phil, the chill Bill. Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Hey, Phil. I think I've read my last. If I see a Kyle Shanahan quote, in-depth thinking, I'm not going to read it again. Kyle Shanahan can just reshape your thinking to the point where you start to have.
He's playing with your mind, Ronbo.
He's doing a good job too, Phil. He's got me fooled.
Yeah. I think he watches this show knowing that you're going to react this way.
me and thousands of others. I bet there's a few coaches that are reading it. They're biting the bait. God, Kyle, making way too much sense here. I don't like it.
You know what? I'm a true believer. If Jeudy's on the board when we pick, it's a done deal. It's a done deal.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched more film of that guy, and he reminds me of Jerry so much.
Oh.
I mean, Jerry was
Here's
6'2", Jeudy's 6'1". Jerry was 200 pounds. Jeudy is 196. Jeudy's faster because Jerry ran a 4.7.
7, yeah.
Yeah, and Jeudy runs a 4.45. So he ain't slow. But his route running ability is right up there with Jerry.
He's polished.
He's got to get his hands a little bit better and his blocking a little bit better. But other than that, he has no flaws compared to all the other guys. And I can just see Kyle's drooling at this guy because of his route running ability.
But Phil, he's going to tell him like he tells everybody else, if you don't block, you're not going to play. Now, Jeudy has struggles with that skill. There could be some problems.
But you can teach blocking. You can teach blocking, but you can't teach, the route running as easily. I mean, even Debo had problems last year. The coaches even said that there were games where he was missing routes. And so...
Oh, yeah, the beginning, that's true.
Yes.
In fact, it showed in the beginning, too. That's right.
So, Kyle loves his route runners.
Yeah, that's
but
number
he did
one.
stick with Debo. And I just think that Jeudy... the other thing is Jimmy G a great deep ball thrower? No, he's not.
Not really.
He is a pinpoint guy that a route runner is going to help him be better.
Yeah,
and that's why he connected
he's a
with
midfield bomber. True.
That's why he connected with Trent Taylor so well. Before Trent got
Goodwin,
hurt.
until Goodwin all of a sudden disappeared from what he was.
But if you're running routes, that's where Jimmy excels, and I just think that Jeudy fits our system much better than Griggs. Now, I'm not going to complain if we get Griggs and we end up with him, Griggs. But I also think that the possibility of us taking that 13th pick, if all the receivers are gone, moving back to, say, 18 with Miami because there's going to be a tackle available, and, then getting Mims or CJ, the corner out of Florida. There's a lot of things we can do with this pick. We're right in the mix of getting a very, very, very good player or multiple good players. So,
Phil, what defensive tackle are you talking about, by the way?
No, I'm talking about, if we move back to 18 and Miami wants to get an offensive tackle, because if all the wide receivers are gone, there's going to be one of the big 4 offensive tackles available. And Miami needs an offensive tackle badly. And if they draft Tua, they're going to want to protect him. So they're going to want to move up.
Oh, yes, Tua.
And
yes,
so
yes. I think they're going to.
So we move back to 18 and get Mims or a corner, CJ, the kid from Florida, the second best corner on the draft board, and, go that route and have a early second round pick with moving back funds. There's a lot of things the Niners can do here. We're in the driver's seat. There's going to be players available that we need. We could even get an offensive tackle and get Staley's replacement. I don't recommend that because Staley's still got 2 more years left on his contract. If he plays those out, the guy doesn't play for 2 years, and he's a waste. I'd rather get the tackle the year before he goes than get him 2 years before he goes and waste another year of a contract. But I'm thinking you get either Jeudy, who's going to start right away, or you go trade back and get a corner that's going to start right away.
No, wait a minute. A corner that's going to start right away. Somebody's going to have to sit down for him now. Then, between who's going to sit down for that corner? If a corner comes in, you're right. First round corner needs to start.
Mosley
right?
and Spoon. Listen, who got the most complaints over the year? At what position? It was cornerback. It was Spoon. It was Mosley.
Spoon.
Whenever they made a mistake, everybody on the phone line was complaining. So a good corner, a shutdown corner to go opposite Sherm would do wonders for our defense. Wonders.
Well, Sherm may not renew his contract next year. So if nothing else,
but
he'll
he's
be
still
on
got 1 more
standby.
year left.
Yeah.
And he's going to be there.
Yeah.
And if you get a corner, which is, a hard commodity to get,
extremely
to start,
especially one that's going to work the damn. So yeah,
you're in a pretty good position for the future.
All right, Phil. So we're gonna.
So
good
that's
stuff,
my leaning. I'm going to stick by it until the draft, and if I'm wrong, I'll apologize.
There you go. There's a humble guy. All right, Phil. I'll see you tomorrow night on Raw.
All right, Ronbo.
Hey, have a good night.
Take care. Bye.
You too. Hey, we go from chill pill Phil to dollar bill Will.
Ronbo, what it do, big dog?
I will, man. I'm telling you, man, because as I'm sitting up reading, Kyle, good sense is just good sense, even if you don't agree with it, right? And I'll check it out here. If you ain't playing against the SEC, I'm already with Kyle on that. I don't need to look at you, man. If you playing in any other conference within the SEC and you're a wide receiver, if you didn't do well anywhere else, if you only had so-so stats, I can't talk to you. And good thing these guys are from Bama. But after that, I don't know. Phil, Will, what are you thinking, though? Is Kyle talking, or is he serious?
Man, y'all know how Kyle like to play with us. Y'all already know.
He does a good job.
He does a good job at it, man. I'm telling you, he don't never show his card. But since we talking about the SEC, let's stay in the SEC. And we're gonna take this 49er bus. So we're gonna drive it all the way over to South Carolina. You know what I'm saying? The home of Debo Samuel. His school. And we're gonna stick to the defensive side of the ball. You know what I'm saying?
You're getting ready to get killed.
You already know, big dog. You already know, man. I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you, man. This is the guy we need, man. Look. You got Buckner gone, Sheldon Day, who was a rotational player, gone, Then you got Zettel. He was a rotational play. He's gone. Okay, that's three defensive linemen. Okay, now check this out. These guys rotating, man. We are a rotating defensive line group. You know, we need Kinlaw to come in and take Buckner's spot. Now I'm hearing things from different people talking about, okay, well, Solomon Thomas is the guy that's going to take Buckner's spot. This is his year to make a name for himself. And that's scary, man. That's scary, bro, because I don't think Solomon Thomas has the talent at all. I think he has the talent to be a run stopper, but not a quarterback rusher or to get to the quarterback. I really don't. And that's a problem for me. I want a guy who Buckner, you know what I'm saying, that fits Buckner's description. This guy is 6'6", 310 pounds, man, and dude is just a beast on the line. He pushes people out the way. He stops the run. He can run from the one side of the offensive line to the other side of the offensive line to make tackles on running backs. And he's a great ball batter. And he gets to the quarterback and he makes quarterbacks make mistakes. He do it all the time. He make quarterbacks throw picks. He make quarterbacks fumble, and that's his specialty. The man gets off the ball with a quickness. He's elusive, and I guarantee you, if this man comes on this team, I'm telling you, we might have more interceptions than we had last year. I'm telling you, this dude needs to be on the team. I really don't trust Solomon Thomas, and besides, we need more pieces to the defensive line because 3 guys are gone already, and if we don't address it, when the season comes, it's going to be 1 or 2 players that's going to be tired. You see what I'm saying? Towards the end of the game, and we need to have every defensive lineman fresh every game, from the beginning of the game to the end of the game, because we need to close out games when games are under cardiac arrest. Because you know we've been in plenty of games this season where we've been under cardiac arrest because there've been times where we had to depend on the defense to close out games. Now they closed out games. But, you know, we all looking at the team.
It was weak. Because after Ronnie got hurt and Contavious wasn't getting it done, Day was okay. Solomon was struggling. You know, DJ Jones was hurt. You know, we did have some problems.
Right. And I'm saying, and then when you go down to the 31st pick, you can get a wide receiver, man. This wide receiver is the deepest it's ever been. I don't know if it's in NFL draft history. I don't know. But it's the deepest wide receiver class it's ever been. You got plenty of receivers in this draft that has talent and that can succeed in Kyle Shanahan's offense. It ain't hard to be in Kyle Shanahan's offense. All you got to do is have speed and get open. Kyle gonna get you open.
You need to understand geometry. But you know what? I got a feeling there's certain guys that are going to do better, and they may not even be first-round picks. Jeudy is like a standout, and you got Ruggs is quick, but Lamb is somebody I would not consider at 13. Actually, I like him.
Well, let me tell you, let me tell you something, Ronbo. Raiders and Jets, you got to look at it. Robbie Anderson is gone. The Jets just signed Rashard Perriman to a 1-year deal. He only there for 1 year. They're going to get them a receiver. The Raiders over there in Vegas, they're going to get them a receiver.
They're going to take one,
It's going to be one of them guys. And I'm not a big fan of Ruggs. So if them guys are gone, you better go ahead and get Kinlaw. Because if Kinlaw mess around and get picked up by one of these teams in our conference or in our division, they're going to give us hell. So you need to go ahead and get that man and go ahead and get a receiver down at 31. I'm telling you right now. Or you can go over there to Carolina, call them and tell them to get Curtis Samuel to come over here and add him to the program.
That could be something. You know, you and Russo on the same page. As Dre has told Russo $100, says Kinlaw does not come to San Francisco. So you guys,
Dre, my player partner, but you gonna have to pay that man $100. I'm telling you, man.
Hey, we will. We gotta go, man. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna look for you tomorrow night, and let's see what develops. Because man, Curtis Samuel being available might make Kyle crazy. All right. So anyway.
All right, man. Well, shout out to you, Ronbo, man. Shout out to my TT fam, man. My player partner, Dre, Trey, Big Show, Russo, all them guys, man. My Ronbo Sports Fan Club, Rico, Jersey Joe, all them guys, man. Super Bowl 55 for the Niners versus to be announced.
Yes.
All right, man.
All right, fam. I will.
All right, man.
This is such a fun time of year. Because, boy, we be going buck wild before the draft, don't we? This year we're a little more calm than last year. It was like getting hostile. One of the founding members of the now infamous TNT. He hails from the great state of Georgia. He is Trez. Wait.
Hold up, wait a minute, Rumbo. Go on and put some of that red and gold on up there.
Oh, it's flying everywhere. Oh, it looks like confetti. It should have been for the Super Bowl. Trez, come on in here, man. Because, you know.
Hey, it's a TNT night, Rumbo. First off and foremost, it is a TNT night. You see, we're in here hot and heavy, Rumbo.
I noticed.
Just want to send a shout out to you, Rumbo. We love what you do for, you know what I'm saying, you and your
Thanks,
staff,
man.
man. Continue to do great work, great things, okay?
Yeah, it's just too much fun. Thanks, man.
Now let's get down to the business, Rumbo.
Because I know Trez, he don't play around. If you either do what you know, or get out, or don't come over, or whatever. Good. I can't imagine where you're going with this, Trez. Go ahead.
Rumbo, look, this is going to be plain and simple. Look. We put no validity in what Kyle Shanahan, any coach says around this time of the year. Okay? There's no stock in it. There's no validity in it. There's no nothing in it. Okay? Around this time of the year, everybody trying to throw the dog off their scent. That's all they're trying to do.
And he did such a good job, Trez. He had me sitting there focused on what he was saying. I thought I was sitting in church. Everything he was saying, I was saying, hey, man, Rev. You know? But you're saying, he's just good at that.
Yeah. Because, look, you and I know, we both know, Dre know, all the TNT fam know, the SEC, they got some tremendous defenses in the SEC run, but we know this. They play man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And, and like you said, to be a wide receiver in the SEC, man, you got to play. You got to really ball out. If you got some numbers, you ball the fucking out. You know what I'm saying? Especially if your numbers been consistent throughout your whole collegiate year. So, years while you were there. So I just don't, what he said, I was like, what? You know what I'm saying? Kyle, like, you're in the SEC part. You know what I'm saying? Because this ain't making sense with you. But now I say, you know what? I don't put no stock in what you're saying because it's that time of the year for all coaches. So hey, it is what it is. Okay?
True.
Because
but you know, Trez, just to speak to your point, though, Kyle ain't going to Washington for no more receivers. He just, because Dante's, stay in the South and get you a good ball player.
Hey, we ain't going no Big 10, we ain't going no Big 12, we ain't going no Pac, we ain't going nowhere near that. Rumbo, this will be a SEC draft by the San Francisco 49ers, okay? Let me run down my pick, okay?
Okay.
My pick, you already know I'm on the Jerry Jeudy train. You know what I'm saying? Just the bottom line. But Henry Ruggs is second on my list. So if it's not Jeudy, it's gonna be Ruggs. One of the two. That's just too much elite talent right there. You just don't let slip away. You don't.
And Bama trained. And they do good things out there.
Trade back. What the hell we trading back for? Practice squad players? What we trading back for? What we need all these picks for anyway, Rumbo? The team is assembled.
We talked about that the other day.
What do we need all these picks for? We don't need all these picks, Rumbo. What we gonna be drafting? Practice squad players? Come on.
We don't need
that. Yeah. We don't need that. We need impact players right now. So I say this right here. With the 31st pick, give me Raekwon Davis out of Alabama.
That's what I was trying to think of. Yes.
Give me him. Give me Raekwon Davis. That's your Buckner replacement right there. Big, tall, physical guy in the middle. Give me Raekwon. Give me Ruggs or Jeudy. We done, Rumbo, in the first round. We don't need all these practice squad players talking about trade bags, get more picks. What the hell we need that for? We good how we are.
I agree. Trez, question, though. Is Raekwon, is he better than Mrs. Kinlaw's baby boy?
Rumbo, the tape say he's right there with him.
Yeah?
All I do is tell people, go look at the tape. Go look at the tape.
I'm not seeing Raekwon. I saw Kinlaw. He is crazy. So
Yeah.
so I gotta
But
see
go look
Raekwon.
at Raekwon. This Rumbo, I mean 6'7" of 300 and some pounds of this rump. I mean, just like Buck. So, you can't go wrong there. That's your replacement right there. We sitting there with 2 good picks, Rumbo. Use them. We don't need these damn practice squad players to trade back and get more players. What? Half of them motherfuckers ain't gonna see the field.
You got something there, Tress, because Kyle is not. If he could fill that void cheap with Raekwon or Kinlaw, I have a feeling they'll do it, and we need to get ready for that and brace ourselves, cause them Golden Boys, they could be gone before number 10. Now what? Kyle ain't gonna get nobody other than them 3. That's all he talked to.
Hey, Rumbo, that's it in a nutshell right there. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep it short and sweet, Rumbo. I just wanted to come in, you know what I'm saying, put a little light on everything, put some validity here and what we really need to do, and quit worrying about signing some damn practice squad people. Use these 2 picks, get the best 2 players going, and then go on and sit out the rest of them days unless we're going to trade some players and maybe get into the 3rd round, 4th round, and then just let it go at that, man. That's just the bottom line. That's all we need. Because the rest of them practice squad players, man, they ain't going to see the field this year. And I'm going, Rumbo.
All right,
like
good stuff,
do,
Tress. Food for thought as usual.
Have a good one. Shout out to my TNT brothers once again. And shout out to Rumbo Sports. Hey, hit that like, y'all. Y'all know what to do. Quit playing.
Thanks,
Rumbo.
Tress. Have a good night, fam. I'll see you tomorrow if you get some chance.
Good night.
All right.
All right.
See? Tell you, man. I'm already getting over a wide receiver, number 13. I don't want to get my hopes up too high. Raekwon, Javon, I'm telling you, man. Lee! Lee!
Yo, what up, Ronbo?
Lee, man, as you know, the wheel's going round and round tonight. Kyle's putting rhetoric out to make people think like, what? If you're not a wide receiver from the SEC, you really don't belong in the NFL. We've actually proven that. There's been a few, of course, that were exceptional. But unless you go through the rigors and roughness of the SEC as a wide receiver, unless you prove yourself there, you could be questionable. Defense is something that we saw an exit. I don't know. Lee, where you at on this?
Yeah, Ronbo, well, we chopping up for a few hours and chat me, Sheik, Big Show, and Will and Russo. Will and Russo, obviously, they like Kinlaw. Me, Sheik, and Big Show want a receiver at 13. I think, without a doubt, there's 2 clear wide receivers, which Jeudy and Lamb. I think if we go for any of them, I think it's money in the bank. We just have to hope they fall. I'm not big on Ruggs, Ronbo. I think Kyle will like him because of his speed and his athleticism. He's probably the best at the combine. But to me, when you break it down, he's not even the best receiver at Alabama. He's the 3rd best, Ronbo. I'm not drafting someone with a 13th overall pick that's the 3rd best on his college team. I want a number 1 if I'm picking a receiver.
But Lee, to be
fair, sorry, Dre.
Alabama's just ridiculous with their cup overfloweth. You know what I'm saying? Like when you got, I don't know what they're feeding those guys at Bama, but Bama puts out Ridley. When you look back at the history of Bama receivers, it's ridiculous.
Julio, Amari, Ridley. Yeah, they're stacked with receivers. That's the thing. And they're 2 or 2, Ronbo. Like their team's stacked every year. They get the best recruits, like the Clemsons and the Ohio State. They get the 5-star guys. And I understand, Kyle could make Ruggs work, but I'm not drafting him at 13, Ronbo. I'm going for the best talent available. I want a future number 1, not a solid number 2. We've seen that with Pettis. He didn't work out, and I'm not saying Ruggs is Pettis because Ruggs is better than Pettis, but I'm just not putting him up on the same pedestal as a Jeudy or a Lamb. I think Jeudy's got the route running, Lamb's got the hands, Lamb's got the yak.
Lamb's okay.
Lamb's tough. He can
He's
block.
in Oklahoma. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. I know he's Big 12. It's not the set, but go look at him when he faced Alabama, over 100 yards, touchdowns. Look at him when he faced LSU, over 100 yards. So when you compare him to the SEC, defense, it doesn't matter. He does it in the Big 12 and the SEC, and him and Jeudy are just on another level, Rumbo. And I think if you look at, they might even be there though. We could get the Jets and the Raiders, take both of them away, and then we're left with the Ruggs, or do we go a different position? And I think like Kinlaw, he looks good. He looks like a beast, and he's definitely going to help us, Ronbo. And if they're gone, I'm happy with Kinlaw, because people forget our biggest strength last year was that defensive pass rush. What we could do at getting to the quarterback. And without Defo, he was a huge part of our team. To me, he was probably one of our top 3 players. Him, Bosa, and Kittle in my mind, and in terms of talent. So with him gone, you need to fill that void. And if you got a Kinlaw there and those receivers ain't there, then go for Kinlaw. You could always get a receiver late in the draft. Or if Jeudy and Lamb are there, take Jeudy or Lamb. And then get a DT in the second round,
Okay, but you've been looking at Raekwon as well. Knowing you guys who watch college players. Go ahead.
I didn't like Raekwon. Ronbo, he's produced a 0.5 and 1.5 sacks in the last 2 years. He's got the size, but I just don't think it's going to translate in the pros. It showed the last 2 years he couldn't do it in the college level, So I'm not big on Raekwon. You got Blacklock, who they've looked at. There's Metabuke, Jordan Elliott. Those are probably your next best defensive tackles. So there's a bit of a drop from Kinlaw. But if you go receiver, you could get Jeudy or Lamb if they fall, and then you could get a defensive tackle in the second. Or if you got the 31, you could trade back and get a second and third. You could get a defensive tackle and a corner. You know what I mean? There's value doing that as well, because the defensive tackles in the second, third round, there's not a lot separating the talent levels. And that would be a smart move too. If you get a Bryce Hall in the third, or Damon Arnett in the third as corner, and then you get a DT, and you get Jeudy or Lamb, you cracked it.
At 31, how much of a talent drop-off do you think you could get from trading out of that? That 31st pick is already, you're sitting in the second round, top of the second round. Is it worth the trade back, though? Would you go ahead and do that if you could pick up an extra pick?
Yeah, without a doubt. Yeah. Unless a first round, a top 15, 20 guy falls, then you might have to think twice, do you trade back or not? But if you're looking at a defensive tackle in the second round at 31, Ronbo, you can get a guy in the second round or third round that's going to be just as good. There's not a big gap between those guys. The gap's between the first and the second. So
because somebody's going to come out of nowhere and move up for a quarterback like they do every year. Some guy's going to come way back in round 1 or even round 2. I'm figuring there's going to be 5 spots. So the 49ers are going to have 8 chances to get what they want. And what are the chances of that happening? If you were going to sit up and do some statistics and variables and things, put those together, you'd come up with an answer probably. If you ran that across some software. Well, go ahead.
The big thing too is remember yesterday we were talking about defensive tackle and we lost Sheldon Day as well, so that's making the need even bigger without Defo. But we were talking to Sue, and apparently we missed out. The Bucs signed him, and then I told you yesterday about Shelby Harris from Denver, and I said you could get him on a cheap deal. He got re-signed yesterday to Denver, Ronbo, and I think if we go into this draft without a defensive tackle in this free agency period, it's going to make the need higher, you know what I mean? So, I think that's definitely going to be one of the first 2 picks in the draft,
All right. Well, Lee, we got to stop. I'll see you tomorrow, and because Monday's going to be one of those days, I got a feeling there's going to be some really weird things brewing up. All right.
See you, Ronbo. Thanks.
Thank you, Lee. Have a great day. Lee from Little Z. Hey, Harold, come on in, man.
What's up, Ronbo?
Harold, man, we're looking at a lot of different situations here, and it's not assumed anymore the 49ers are going to pick up. And I realize Kyle Shanahan's bluffing to some degree, but also there's a lot of solid reasoning. And if you can't pick up the Golden Boys, what do you do next? Because you can get some of those wide receivers. You don't need to force a pick at 13. You can go ahead and get a Kinlaw or somebody. Actually, I'm concerned about Kinlaw being available.
Yes.
He may go before any of the wide receivers. But what do you think with that 13th pick as far as what Kyle's talking about? And are those guys all worthy of being a 49er, a Super Bowl contender? And can they step in, plug and play, and roll?
I think it's first off, I want to give a shout out to Dollar Bill Will, man. I think he gave one of the best explanations of what we need to do this draft. There were so many games. I think our defense was better than our offense this year, and there were many games where we were ahead, and they gave up a lead at the end of the game in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter was one of our worst defensive quarters
this year. Like, I think hands down, actually.
True, especially the latter part of the
you know,
season.
the Seattle game, we gave up a 10-point lead at least to have Greenlaw save it at the end. You know, but we shouldn't even been in that position.
I know.
We shouldn't have been in that position in the first place if our defense is so elite. The Super Bowl, same exact thing. I can't think of any other game. The Atlanta game, I believe we were up and then gave up the lead. You know, our defensive rotation, our defensive line, our guys got tired. Bosa can't have 70 snaps a game. We need to get another defensive lineman. Now, I know, I want to get Kinlaw, and I know he doesn't play Bosa's position, but we still need to address that rotation, man. We need to finish games. We can't be relying on our defense and them not putting it together, not bringing the game home, man. Because there was a lot of games where I felt good. We were in a good position, and then the defense gave up a touchdown. Now, I don't know if it's our play calling. I don't know if it's Salah changing up the play call because we have a lead,
Harold,
or if it's literally just that.
Harold, it was about all gas, no brakes, and we ran out of gas due to the fact that we ran out of gas. Because, like you're saying, the rotation got weak. We lost DJ Jones. We lost Ronnie Blair. We lost some of our premier guys that used to come in there and almost be as effective as the first string. So by that, if you lose the wrong guys in the rotation, now you got your frontline guys playing longer, way more snaps than they should be. And, of course, their effectiveness falls down. So it's about guys available. Davis Street is still having issues with that knee, right? And as I say, DJ Jones was gone. You just ran out of players.
Bet. So let's get Kinlaw. Let's get another solid interior piece since we lost a great interior piece. Mm-hmm. So let's try to get a solid one and replace him. And then, with this being a deep receiver draft, we could pick up a receiver at 31. We could trade back and pick up another couple of receivers later on in the draft and still be an impact player.
Harold, let me ask only one question before you go any further. When did we get Chris Kasurik? Was last year his first year with us?
I do believe so.
Did you? A lot of people think that Eric Armstead had a successful year because of DeForest Buckner, but honestly, it wasn't Eric Armstead. If you look closely, it was due to edge presence. Do you know that Buckner may have underperformed last year? I mean, it's just a theory I'm throwing around. Eric Armstead, this defense is designed for him. It works for him. I'm not sure if it worked for Buckner.
We had this defensive success because of Nick Bosa, bro. I don't know. Yeah. I mean, Nick Bosa is the piece.
Well,
Nick Bosa is the piece. I mean, I think if Chris Kasurik comes over and we don't have Nick Bosa, I think we're better than the year previous, but we're still not on the level that we were this
year. Yeah.
Like Nick Bosa is the reason that we
draws so much attention. Everybody was saying Eric Armstead was the reason why. I said DeForest Buckner should have done a little better because when Ford was on the field, all hell broke loose when him and Nick were coming off those edges. Eric took advantage of it. I'm not sure that Nick or DeForest Buckner did. Everybody says he got double teamed. There's only so many players on that offensive line. Everybody can't get double teamed. I'm seeing 2 and 3 guys after Nick at some games, more than 2 sometimes.
I do remember some games saying that it was Nick Bosa or nothing. So meaning DeForest Buckner wasn't having the impact that I thought he should have been.
So
Yeah. So it's hard. It's easy to say it now that he's gone. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to talk a little about him because he's gone.
We complained last year. But not loudly, but we did say, where was Defoe? I remember saying that all the time. And then I said, well, everybody says, well, he got double teamed. Oh, okay. And then I went back and watched some games. That's one-on-one. Buckner's just not getting off that block. Anyway, it's like he's left. It's no good to say anything bad about him. But the thing is, I'm wondering about the defensive player that you pick up this year, and will DJ Jones be just fine in that position? Well, we'll see. It's too big of a question to ask right now, I guess.
Rotation, Ronbo, rotation.
It's about rotation, it is. All right. Hey, Harold, we got to go. Great to hear from you. Get back here tomorrow. We'll talk some more.
Yes, sir.
All right, fam. Have a good night. IB.
Ronbo, how you feeling tonight?
Oh, man, feeling great, man. You know, as I said, if you read too much, you run across things that start to get you rolling. Kyle Shanahan had me going up, boy. He was like the deacon, man. Everything he was saying, damn, Kyle, that's true, ain't it? Okay.
Yeah, that's coach. That's
Kyle's
coach,
good at
man.
this.
They done brought a hell of a system, man. That's for sure.
But you know what? He's got a good point, though. If you don't play in the SEC and go up against LSU and Ohio State and some of these schools, you may have gotten away in college that you ain't going to get away when you get to the pros.
It's crazy that the game is like that now, though, right?
Yeah,
I mean, but I mean, I think he sees the talent that comes in. He's been coaching down south for a while now and things like that. So he's seen the talent himself. So plus he's got Adam Peters. I mean,
Martin Mayhew, and
Martin Mayhew and Adam Peters. He's got some smart guys. So it ain't
Peters
all
is
Kyle
nice.
at the end of the day neither. He got some good guys in this corner.
Some scouts out
But
there too.
I think we definitely going receiver, man. I'm listening to these callers, man. I gotta fall back and say what Dre said, man, in the chat here, man. First of all, and somebody else said this probably a week ago, man. It's too much money to be paying for another first round defensive lineman round, but we can't do that. We can't afford it realistically, man. And honestly, that's not what we need. What we need is something electric in that offense. True. Something that we haven't seen.
I agree.
I mean, we know these guys get better year after year, but we need something a little bit different. And I think what Lynch just said it. He said, "Don't worry, we're gonna be aggressive in the draft." Yeah. And I'm fall off of what Greg Papa said. He said, man, they so serious about getting a receiver, it's possible that they trade up for the 13.
Because
they trade up a future draft pick.
I was going to ask you about that because, see, here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
If the three Golden Boys are not available at 13, are the 49ers going to sit on their hands and wait for these guys to fall to them? Or like you're saying now,
just like Papa
you move
said,
up and get your guy? I mean, what are you going to give up? Because we don't have a lot to give up. You got 13. You can give up a player. What are you going to do? You got 13 and 31. You're going to trade 13 and 31 to move up? Maybe? That's it. That's your best card.
We're gonna stay with, if we do trade the 13, we're gonna keep the 31. At least I would definitely say, but I think we're gonna trade a future draft.
Nobody
pick.
wants your 5th round pick though, IB. I mean, if I call up and I say I give you 13 and I got 2 5th round picks, call me back when you got a better deal. Wait a minute. Okay, take one. All right, now you're talking. And that's and I see that happen because now I get to move up to number 7, 8 because you're not going to get these guys at 13 is what I'm thinking.
Right, they have to. That's the only way they're gonna do it because these, like I said before, these teams is greedy and you can't sit on your hands, man. That's one thing you learn in the game, man. In the business, you can't sit on your hands. You got to play your card. And Lynch just said it. He said, we about to be aggressive. Yeah, and I think we got to grab that. You know what I mean? And these people talking about, Jimmy can't throw the deep ball. So why did we pick up another 4-3 guy? Jimmy's going to have to throw to these guys in the offseason. I don't think we're going to move Marquise. I don't know about Marquise.
I don't think he's a mystery.
He's the one that started these trade rumors. We didn't say nothing about trading him. He started that. So I don't think we traded him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But, we got a lot of speed out there to get Jimmy working on that long ball. So, these people, they talking a lot of hypothetical stuff. But, man, we got to think sensible, man. Defense, when you look statistically, defense, we had what? We think we had a number 1, but statistically we had what? The number 2 defense?
Yeah.
So all of this, we got to pick up the best defense. Nah, man, that's crazy. Y'all bugging, man. That's too much money. And then, like you said, how we gonna pay Kittle?
Yeah, see, and I think too much. DeForest Buckner, granted, guy's an awesome football player. I'm not sure if he was the whole defense. His missing is going to have an impact. Right now, I don't know to what magnitude.
DeForest Buckner was great as far as stopping the run. When it came to the pass rush, he was a counter puncher. He waited till all them other guys got off, and then he came on. And Kaceric's system is to push north and south, push them guys back into the quarterback, and he didn't do that.
That's right. He didn't. Yeah.
That's right. He did not do that. So he was
system,
expendable.
Yeah, the system wasn't designed for him to be working his optimum best.
I think we tried. I mean, we wanted to bring him back, but because don't get me wrong, I can't speak bad on him. Right, right. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he had that hunger, and I don't want to speak bad on him because he's gone. But I think people are saying, well, which Armstead are we gonna get? Armstead has been that same Armstead consistently. He's just been getting better.
This is just his system. People don't understand that. Well, they will next year.
Yeah, man.
We got to
go
to
Jimmy.
Yeah.
No doubt. So. Shout out to all the guys. We back Monday night, Ronbo, and that's what it is. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man.
Looking for you, too. Have a good night, IB.
All right. You too.
Yeah.
Peace.
I see
Lev.
Hello?
Yeah, I got it again.
Okay. Is that Lev? Is that you?
Yeah. Hey, Ronbo.
Yes. Come on in, man.
I just got these headphones I just want to put in, so the quality is better.
All right.
What's good?
All right, Lev, because, tonight, man, it's like you got those three guys, and after that, everybody else, it's a crapshoot, right? Because, you look at Jeudy, Ruggs, and Lamb, everybody says those are that's the trio, right? So you got 13 picks, and what are the odds of one of those guys falling to the 49ers? And the more you think about it, it's like IB just pointed out, Papa's already saying, man, 49ers got somebody they want. They ain't going to sit around and wait. They're going to trade up to see if they can get him, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think Jets and Raiders are going to go for wide receivers.
See, there's two guys, right? Who they going to take?
I don't think Shanahan, I think, has his mind set on his one guy, which I think is either maybe Jeudy or Ruggs. I think that if he thinks that they're not going to be there, he's going to trade up. And I also think there's a possibility of him trading down. People are talking about the Dolphins with the 18th pick.
Yeah.
Get somebody like a Justin Jefferson or a Denzel Mims.
Okay, but see, now you're settling. And the 49ers, can they afford to settle this year? You need to take the highest prospect, provided he checks all of Kyle Shanahan's boxes. And Kyle is not like every coach. You need to be able to do certain things in Kyle's world to be able to survive. So, and because we're seeing with Dante Pettis, he's not checking all the boxes. Dante's on his way out. He was told last season, I think, that this is it, Dante. We're not going to wait a fourth year. That's what I'm saying.
I know I should.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I know I shouldn't, but I still have a tiny bit of hope that Dante maybe turns around this year.
I wish he would. And on his rookie contract, if he would just stop assing around and do it. Then and then you pick. And what if you get one of those guys from the top three? Oh,
with Dante, with a healthy and good mind Dante. Yeah.
And Trent Taylor comes in healthy. He does what he does. Jimmy G's got his safety net. He's got premium receivers all over the field, including George Kittle. So if Dante would just,
I think Keith is on his way out for sure.
He thinks so too.
Sad to
say.
The way
he's talking.
But we have to there's some receivers we have to make tough decisions, right? We have to cut some of those, get rid of some of those receivers. We have so many. I don't know, and I'm scared for Jalen Hurd because. What was that story from he couldn't go on the plane or something?
I know, because they didn't want to jar his back. I said, my God, it's...
Yeah, and now they're saying he's 100% healthy. I'm not serious.
Right? The Super Bowl's in February.
Yeah.
He's 100% healthy in a month?
It's crazy. I don't know. I think Shanahan wants Jeudy. I think
It makes sense.
Yeah, I think. But do we have that speedster? Like somebody said earlier that Garoppolo's not a deep ball thrower.
Mm.
So like, if you don't have any deep threats, then
You're
the
not scaring
safeties
any
are just
defense. Yep.
Yeah,
You got to make those guys
yeah.
get back. Yeah, they can't be playing.
Yeah, we still need one of those guys.
Yeah.
Keith
For
is so
even if
perfect
he's a
for our
decoy.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
but I feel like Marquise is so perfect for our team, but he just can't do it. I don't know what's wrong. It's like
mental.
like,
You know,
it's
he
just
had,
like
he had a lot of
mental.
drama in his life last year. And the theory
Yeah.
now is, now that the drama seems to be having the child, they have it. So maybe that's not going to stress him out, and he can focus on playing football. But from what
I
Cynthia
wonder
said,
what Shanahan's thinking.
he's looking
Like,
at the Olympics. Go ahead. Sorry.
well, the Olympics are probably going to be canceled, right? I'm guessing.
Well, yeah, he's not. There's no point in him focusing on the Olympics now. They're not doing it now. So is he gonna play football or what?
I do not know what's going on because he was so good when Jimmy came in. I think 2017.
Oh, he was awesome.
And those four or five games he played, Keith looked like his main target.
It was. Trent Taylor and Keith were sharing the load. And they were just threading the needle. And you know what's really funny about that, Harold? We were talking about the defense running out of gas in the fourth quarter. Do you remember how long drives we would take the ball and we would be on the field all day offensively, right? And that made that actually it hid the defense. It wasn't that good that year, but they weren't on the field very much. And that's how we were winning games, keeping them close. And Robbie Gould was coming in and kicking winning field goals, because we weren't ready yet. But we did it in a strategic fashion. And they need to get back to that style.
I think the two parts of our defense last year that weren't great, that we could have worked on, right? We needed new wide receivers, the pass catching. We need more of that. And now with Defoe gone, people are saying and Defoe and Sheldon Day gone, we need D-line. But I think Shanahan is, I just don't see Shanahan not taking a wide receiver if it's like trade back and get Mims or Jefferson.
And not to worry, if they're letting all these, and especially they let Sheldon Day go too, I think they know what they're doing. They normally do. But Rick, hey, listen, we're gonna let me see you tomorrow, Lev.
Yeah, I was gonna say one more thing.
Real quick, in 10 seconds.
Like I have for Shanahan, like I trust Shanahan. Like if I was a fan of like the Browns or like some other like team that with the coaches and the GMs weren't, then I would just. But I don't doubt Shanahan.
I don't either. Okay, we'll see you tomorrow. And Rick, come on in, Rick.
Sir, what's good, man?
Rick, man, we're going all over the place, man, because we're trying to figure out is Shanahan setting traps out there. I set some verbal traps for people to fall into. He got me. I'm like, the dude you walked through the movies in the jungle where the dude is hung up in a net, and here comes Rick walking by. Ronbo, what happened, man? Hey, can you get me down, man?
You're right.
I stepped in a Shanahan trap. Is he trapping or is he telling the truth? Because everything he said made sense to me. And then I said, if you can't get Ruggs, Jeudy, or Lamb, drop it to you on that 13th pick. And IB just pointed out, they may trade up to get their guy because they ain't going to take no chances. Or are you concerned about that void possibly left by DeForest Buckner? Rick, what do you do?
Hey, man, I told you before, first I was on Javon Kinlaw, but now because of the need, like we said before, I think right now, either we're going to get Jerry Jeudy, who reminds everybody kind of more of Amari Cooper, or maybe either Henry Ruggs. I'm good with either one. If I'm going to keep 31, I would probably get Neville Gallimore from Oklahoma's defensive tackle. I know a lot of people are talking about Raekwon Davis, but I watch a lot of SEC. If people are complaining about decreasing numbers with Defoe, look at Raekwon Davis' numbers. Back in 2017, he was a beast, but every year his production has declined every year. So if we're going to do that, I'd rather give me Henry Ruggs or Jerry Jeudy at 13. Give me Gallimore and Neville Gallimore at 31. I know he could be possibly in the second round, whatever, but I'd rather get him over Michael Blacklock or whatever the case may be. But I have started to really get into it now. I've been talking to you about the need to get another punt returner, kick returner. I think there's one we can possibly have later. His name is Joe Reed out of Virginia. If we're looking at DBs later, Luke Barku from San Diego State. You got Michael Ojemadia from Iowa, Lamar Jackson, Reggie Robinson II. Other names of receivers that are kind of speedy but a little bit taller. Omar Bayless from Arkansas State, Antonio Gandy Golden from Liberty.
I heard about him. His name is around. He must be special.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And even in a minute, I'll be ready to look into the running back position because I'm ready to start. I understand we have a lot of people, but I really want to get down to just thunder and lightning. I mean, it's good that we have 2 or 3 people, but I really want more of a thunder and lightning type of situation. So if we need to increase any other positions, maybe offensive lineman, another defensive tackle, or D-line, or even a receiver, whatever the case may be. But I think number 13 pick, I think unless all 3 are there, unless all 3 are gone, Lamb, Ruggs, and Jeudy are gone, I think we'll trade back. But if when those 3 are there, and preferably Jeudy or Ruggs, I think that's going to be our pick at 13.
Rick, you said a running back. What round would you be thinking about grabbing a running? Are you talking 31? You're talking trading?
No. I mean, I do like Jonathan Taylor and everything from Wisconsin, but no, not this year. Not this year. If we're going to address running backs, I'm looking 5th or 6th round, man.
Okay,
fifth or sixth round, because the thing about it, I mean, we all like running backs, but at this point, we've seen that you can get a lot of good running backs in later rounds. So you don't necessarily need to, unless you get like somebody like a Saquon Barkley or
so you don't wait till the 5th or 6th round to get that. Because I'm thinking, Rick, you got too many running backs now. I got a fear about them saying goodbye to the wrong guy. Matty B, I really do concerned about it. I love Jeff Wilson Jr., Mostert, and TC probably don't have anything to be concerned with unless they drop salary. TC could be in trouble. But, man, they got a lot of running backs. And Jerick McKinnon's already said, look, man, pay me $15 a day. I don't care. I just want to play with the 49ers, and they've already done that. So they got a different attitude towards him. And if he is Jerick McKinnon, he's going to have a large role in this team next year. But, I mean, that's just now. So you're talking next year, so yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I think, and like I told you before, the other guys, Omar Bayless, Antonio Gandy Golden, which I think he'll probably be going by 3rd or 4th round, but Joe Reed. And because what I'm thinking is, if you look at, like I said before, if you look at the evolution of our team from 2016 to now, we have who's pretty much there from 2016. What, maybe Joe Staley, Staley, and that Joe Staley and the kicker, and Robbie Gold. That's probably it, because the thing about it is we had a sorry team. We just didn't know it at the time.
Was Robbie with us in 2016?
He may have been. I'm not sure. But the situation is that each year, Kyle and Lynch have continuously bringing in guys that are better caliber players. So therefore, it's because he wants to have the best players on the team. And so right now, I think because realistically, we cannot say, other than when Emmanuel Sanders got there, our receiving core was legit like that. It wasn't. It really wasn't. That's why we kind of missed Emmanuel Sanders, because of the fact that because we really haven't had that kind of guy since T.O. So I think we're going to get more receivers in this year to boost, get the competition up and get a higher quality paper.
He's been looking for this guy for years. We got to go, Rick. I'll look for you tomorrow night, though, on Raw, okay?
Absolutely. Niner Faithful, Niner Empire. Guys, I can't wait for the draft. Keep doing your own research, because I'm pretty sure there's plenty of hidden gems to be had, and we're going to go all the way and win it next year. You have a good night, man.
You too, fam. Night.
Okay. Night.
There's Rick.
And
there he is. Well, we should save it one night. It's a big show. It's a big show on tonight. Oh, you can tell Show is not happy with the proceedings here tonight. Show, what is up?
Yes, you are correct. People, stop tripping, okay? Stop. Our biggest issue the past year, our biggest issue the past year we've been complaining about before we drafted Bosa was getting to the quarterback, and we finally addressed that issue. And we are number 2 at rushing the passer in the whole entire league. And yes, DeForest Buckner being shipped out of here hurt us a little bit, but I don't think it hurt us that much. I'm honestly one of those people who think that John Lynch has a little bit too much invested in Solomon Thomas to not be able to start him where he wants to. As scary as it sounds, I honestly think that's what's going to happen. Yeah. He's going to be put there in DeForest Buckner's place and see what he can get out of Solomon Thomas this year. Oh. And if it doesn't work out this year with Solomon Thomas, then possibly we could go defensive tackle the following year in 2021, or find his replacement through free agency. Because I think it was Ivan that said that called.
So,
it was Ivan.
I just want to say on that, I think DJ Jones keeps Solomon Thomas seated. I think Jones is probably going to be the bigger force.
That's what we have to look out for. Yeah, that's what we have to look out for too, is DJ Jones. I think those two will be competing for that starting spot with DeForest Buckner being gone. But I think John Lynch has way too much invested into Solomon Thomas, and those are the two people we have to look out for to compete for that starting position. We're not going defense this year, guys, okay? We've built our defensive line the past
4 years.
Actually
5. The Buckner started, years. And then Armstead, Buckner, and then we've been picking them ever since. True.
And now we're in a position to where we can start building outside. We've already built our team through the inside. Yes, we have to worry about Joe Staley, but that's not for another year or two from now. He's not going to leave anytime soon this year because he wants a ring. And he knows this team is capable of getting a ring within the next 2 years.
If he could just hold on, yes. He did. He played great last year toward the end of the season, too.
Exactly. And we're overthinking the number 13th pick. Some of us are. That number 13th pick is going to be dedicated to a wideout, whether people want it to happen or not. That was our biggest issue this coming.
You don't want to run a risk, though. If you got a guy lined up in the crosshairs, you going to trade up? Because if you wait, Raiders are saying, wait,
Ronbo, I've already told
wait
you
right there.
I've already
got your boy right now. Protect Jeudy, please.
I've already told you what's going to happen with the first 11 picks. The first 11 picks are going to be the first 3 slots. The first there's a lot of teams up there that are quarterback needy. That's at least 3 teams: Miami, Cincinnati, and San Diego. Or I'm sorry, I lost the Chargers. I think they're going to pick Herbert with their 6th overall pick because they're quite in love. They're quite in love with him, and I'm pretty confident that. Miami's going to pick Tua. Herbert, Tua, and Burrow are going to be the first 3 quarterbacks off that board.
Has Miami got to move up?
That's
dedicated Miami's going to move up to get him?
No, Miami doesn't have to. They're at 5.
They're 5.
Washington's going to select Chase Young. The Lions will be selecting Jeffrey Okudah.
Is that the edge? Who's the edge rusher out in Ohio?
Chase Young.
That's Chase. Okay. How many? That's 5 places already.
The only team we have to worry about picking a wide receiver is the Raiders. But historically, John Gruden has never drafted a wide receiver in the high with a high pick like that throughout his coaching career.
Is that right?
He never puts. Don't quote me on this, but he never puts faith in his rookie wide receivers. Just look at the history last year. He's signed. Yeah. He's signed veteran receivers: Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams.
He comes out of the Harbaugh school for that.
Aguilar. So he doesn't put a lot of faith in rookie receivers like many people think that's what's going to happen this year. But that's the only team we have to worry about.
But wait, because he's not completely the general manager. Is what's his name from the NFL?
Mayock. But Mayock also is a defensive-minded person too. And so I wouldn't be surprised if they go defense with their pick. And the Jets really need a starting right tackle. They just lost Brandon Shell to the Seattle Seahawks, who paid $11 million for, and they have nobody on
And
that
Darnold's
offensive
getting
line
killed as it was.
to protect Darnold, and they can't afford to go. They can afford to go receiver in the second
Okay, where
round.
we
which I
at?
think most
We're number
teams are gonna
6 or
do
we're at number
because,
7? Where are we now as far as picks?
the 7, I can see the Panthers need defensive line. That's Brown, and the Jaguars are going to take Kinlaw. I can see the Raiders going C.J. Anderson, the corner.
You think the Raiders are going to go, okay, because of the fact that they don't like to get rookie wide receivers. God, that's really hard to pass up on.
Yeah,
So that's wishful thinking, but okay.
And not necessarily. John Gruden's built his Super Bowl winning teams off of defense, and that's
true. And they got the brains beat out because of
history.
defense last year.
Yes, they're horrible on defense.
Yeah.
So
okay.
that's historically the way the draft works. Is teams build from the inside out. Teams in the top 10 can't afford to build on the outside.
Well,
So 11, 12, and 13 are what you have to worry about. Or 11 and 12 is what you have to worry about. But that I don't see them taking receivers at 11 and 12. So
okay, there's this show. It says we got all 3 guys should be available. At
least two of the 3 will be available. I'm fairly confident with that.
All right.
So
good. I like your analysis.
I wouldn't be mad if we got either one. So
all right. Because we got to go.
Stop tripping on the defense, people.
Yeah.
It's fine. We're fine. We can't spend $200 million on that defensive line. Ask the Giants how that worked out.
Well, that's a good point, too. All right, Joe. I'll see you tomorrow.
So we're fine. All right, take care. Shout out to the TNT fan. All right.
All right, Joe. Well, there you go. Show bringing the heat, TNT fashion. And that was a lot of believable stuff. There's a lot of quarterbacks going in the top 5. And you got that guy, the kid from Ohio State, the edge rushers. The edge rushers always go as soon as possible. And the Jets cannot afford to get Darnold hurt. And they're going to have to get an offensive lineman. Is there an offensive lineman, though, you would take this early in the draft is my question. Is there a standout there? There's no Quentin Nelson this year. Hey, Sharon.
Hello, Ronbo. How are you?
Sharon, doing all right, staying away from that COVID madness. It sounds like you
oh
are,
my God,
too.
I can't wait. Yeah, the president is talking about the end of April, so I guess we got to suffer.
Yeah. What's wrong?
Yeah.
But let's not get into that stuff because that's just too depressing.
I know.
And actually, our situation with the wide receiver is not depressing, but it's kind of frightening because everybody's got chomping at the bit. Mouth is watering for one of the 3. And I like Ruggs as much as I like any of them. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I think Kyle has his mind on him, but I know everybody else is saying Jeudy. But I believe Kyle wants Ruggs, and I think that's who we're going to get.
Ruggs they say he's a handful after he makes the catch. Sharon, think about that a minute. A guy that moves like a bullet that's hard to bring down. Do you know him and Debo would have a field day on that jet sweep all afternoon? We don't have to run any other plays.
Him, Debo. I would say him and Debo. And Kittle, them 3 on the field would be a force to be not messed with. I mean, we would be really dangerous team this year.
Especially if Trent Taylor comes back. That removes your need for a real...
Yeah,
Jeudy,
we get Trent Taylor back and Jalen Hurd is healthy, I heard.
But if you
so
can't
get
Trent back... True, but if you can't get Trent back, you do need Jeudy for his precision route running. It's a really... Man...
I heard that Dante was on the block to be traded, but I don't know how true that is. So
it's easy to believe, though, isn't it? Yes. Wouldn't you trade him if you could?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, in a minute. Bye, Dante. Yes. In a heartbeat, I would trade him because it's like he wasn't really doing too much last year unless he light a fire under his butt. But
even that didn't help. He was in the doghouse all year.
No, exactly.
Didn't
bother. So I think he will be traded. I don't know. I just have that feeling that he's going to be traded soon. Because I think they have been talking to numbers of people.
Who do you trade him? Who's going to take him? Belichick? Maybe Belichick. He may think that he could work with him.
No, I don't think Belichick would take him. I think he would fit maybe with the Browns.
I wish.
He he go to Cleveland or the New York Giants or somewhere that would like fit him, but I don't think he would fit with Belichick. But because I don't think
No, Belichick
Belichick
wouldn't
would
put
put
up
up
with
with
him.
Dante.
Hey, wait,
No.
Sherrod, the Cardinals wanted him, and the rumor was that 49ers traded up to
Yeah,
get Dante because
they
the Cardinals were
did.
sniffing him. Yeah.
Yeah, they did want him.
They can have him now
but
if they
I think
want.
Lynch and Kyle know what they're doing, and I believe they're going to go with Ruggs. And I really don't think we need wide receivers, but I guess we do since we're losing people. But you know,
We lost
we'll
Sanders.
see who the
We
wide
just want another
receiver will
premier
be.
wide receiver.
Yeah, we lost him. Yeah, we lost
Kyle's looking
him.
for a number one, Sherrod. That's the thing. He's been looking for a
Yes,
number one
he
for the
is.
last 3
Yes.
seasons since he's been with us.
Yep. They're looking for someone with speed. I know that's what they're doing. So
Debo could
They got
actually,
their
but
eye on
Debo didn't
somebody.
have so many jobs. He could be a number one. But Debo's not your number one receiver. Debo's the guy who does 2 or 3 things.
no. Mhm. And I think with that protection and that we get, I think Jimmy's going to do good this year, and maybe he'll throw the ball and quit holding on to the ball when you see pressure. Throw it away.
Yeah, and also those guys,
Come on,
they've got to get open quick. Now, there's like a lot of what you're seeing. Jimmy's holding on to the ball because receivers either breaking the wrong route or they're not getting separation
Yep.
or something's going on. But you're right,
Or
Jimmy. If they're not getting it done, just eat it or get rid of it. So.
And enough of all this Cam Newton talk. He is not coming to the Niners. Just stop it.
I mean, if we wouldn't take Tom Brady, we're not taking Cam Newton. God.
Okay.
Bucky
I was
Brooks.
so sick of that.
Stupid.
I was like, his service is not rendered to the Niners. Thank you. Try again later.
Hang up the phone. Leave a message. Yes.
Yes. Maybe at another later date, like never. But I think I have trust in John and Lynch, and I'm looking forward to the draft and see who we get. So I think we'll be fine. So everybody relax. They know what they're doing.
Yeah, I think so. The question is,
But I just had to talk to you, and I had to come and talk to you because I haven't talked to you in a minute because I've been locked down in this house. It's driving me crazy.
Yeah. Soon, Sherrod. It's going to subside. It's got to.
Yes.
Listen, come back tomorrow because we'll be back tomorrow night, Monday night as well.
All right, Ronbo, I will. You have a good night. Let's go Niners.
Yes, indeed. You too. Night, Sherrod.
All right. Good night, Ronbo. Bye.
Well, Ellis.
Yeah.
Ellis, can you shed some light on the dilemma that is, what is he cooking? And also, and I hadn't thought about it until somebody mentioned Papa said the 49ers, if they've got their eyes set on somebody, they're not going to sit around and wait for him. They're going to go after him and trade up. What? I didn't even think about that one. And if all 3 guys are gone and show is already broken down who's going to be picked where, but it just sort of more fits his argument than the reality of it. Joey, I love what you did, Joe. I'm just saying you tailored that so there's no way you can fail. But Ellis, what's up with that? Do you trade up? Do you get a defensive player? Do you settle for something at 13 just because that was all that was left? So many things. All these weird questions. What up?
Well, I definitely don't feel like we're going to be settling at 13. I don't think we can afford to settle.
Never.
We gotta go for it. And there's going to be one of those 3 guys available at 13. I just don't feel like that all 3 of them will be gone, because we're not far away. You got to remember, and like we said, the first 5 or 6 picks are going to be, QBs generally, and the top notch, either linebackers or D tackles, and some other things that'll give us some more cushion and give us the potential to be able to get one of those 3. Because Ceedee and seem like Jerry Jeudy are like the topic of discussion, and Ruggs is right there. I feel like those 2 will be gone first, and we'll more than likely be having Ruggs
Ellis,
available.
which 2 are going to go first?
I feel like CD or Jeudy are going to be like the first two to go. If it's out of the three, I'm thinking CD and Jerry will be the first two to go, and then Henry Ruggs will be there for us on the 13th. That's just speculative.
No, it's a good thinking because you know what?
That's
I'm thinking CD ends up in Arizona. That's his system. Him and Kyler work together. The coach knows I just put him on the field and he's ready to roll. Everybody thinks they're going to go to offensive lineman. I think they go for CD. CD and D-Hop on the same team. Damn! No! 49ers need to make a preemptive strike. Oh, God.
We gonna have some problems with them more than we did last year. You got to believe that. That's why we got to take it up a notch. We got to go for the goal. You know what I mean, and do our due diligence and get the best we can out of our picks right now. And I'm also advocating that we consider our defensive line. And I'm here, the Kinlaw guy. It's hard to really say because we only have the 13th and the 31st. If we get a receiver, Kinlaw is going to be gone. If not before, he'll be gone after if we get a receiver at 13. So then if we get Kinlaw at 13 and we don't get a receiver, then our guys will be gone, or at least the ones that we've been, sitting here talking about for all this time are going to be gone before the 31st.
There you go. Now, see, that's what I was talking about.
Off.
Now what?
Yeah, so it's like either way, we're asked out. We're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't. We got to go for one or the other. And we can't get both. That's just what it's boiling down to. So we'll see what John and Kyle end up coming up with. But I do feel like a receiver is going to be, our go-to. And then I feel like if we trade off that 31st and we get like a second and a fourth or whatever we do, however they work it and twist it, I've even heard that we can actually even get 3 picks, like a second, a fifth, and a sixth, or, some other kind of stuff that I've seen kind of just going around and circulating. But we can account for that. We can still find some talent in there.
But Ellis,
you know what I mean?
But what you just did, you altered the whole. I figure the 49ers got a plan B. Okay, Ceedee Lamb's gone. Jeudy left a long time ago. Ruggs got picked up a few minutes earlier. Now Kinlaw's next. If 49ers are sitting at 13, 49ers, do they retreat? All right, 49ers, hey, you know what? Y'all could go straight to hell. We're trading back. Give me some. Anybody? This 13 pick is ready. I need a second, third, and fourth round pick. Take 13 and 31 both. Do you do that?
Oh, well. Do you think Kinlaw is going to last until the second, third, or fourth round?
I'm just saying, if he does, I can't imagine that from the way people are talking about him. But I'm just saying, he's already gone before you get to 13. By the time 11 comes, the 49ers got 10 minutes to trade that 13th pick. And I'll bet you, unless they go get their guy, I bet you they do bail out of the first round.
And if that's what we end up doing, it's what needs to be done at that point. It's an executive decision that has to be made. And it's like I said, it's a damn if you do, damn if you don't. We're gonna go with what we feel like is the best choice at this point. Just like what Kyle says in those game-changing moments where he might make a bonehead play or decision, and he's confident in what it is he said. It was this, I saw that, and we did.
Right.
And it's one of those things we got to take on the chin. You got to take it on the chin, like they say. But we got Dre. We got Dre Greenlaw in the fifth round. He's like 100-something pick. You know what I'm saying, in the draft. And not only did he save us in our second Seattle matchup, y'all. Don't forget he caught that interception right at the end of the damn game when we lost to him at the beginning of the year and ran it, or earlier in the season, and almost ran it all the way back for a touchdown. And because we didn't convert and score, we ended up losing that game.
He loves playing the Hawks.
That boy,
I can't wait.
Yeah,
he's a Hawks killer.
That's what I'm saying.
Drake.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. Get rid of Dante. Let's try to get. I know the Eagles were talking about him. I sent you some stuff.
Ooh, that's right. That's right. I forgot to mention that. Yes. See, Ellis, we got to roll.
Saying that guy they're trading for. Okay, yeah. Dante Pettis for Rasul Douglas.
I like that deal,
about
actually.
The cornerback.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that doesn't look too bad. And then lastly, that young guy I was telling you about, Bowden Jr., Lynn Bowden Jr. from Kentucky.
he gets busy. So we'll see what happens. Don't
Right.
don't worry about it too much. And Laviska Shenault will still be around, y'all.
Oh,
So
there you
even
go.
if we don't get
Right.
one of those three, don't forget. You know what I mean?
And Mims.
Shout out to
There's
you,
a lot of
Ronbo,
players, a lot of receivers,
and
though.
Denzel, man.
Which one
Yes,
fits?
sir. So
All right.
let's not stress, y'all. Let's not stress. We'll see
All
what
right,
happens.
Phil.
Shout out to you, Ronbo. Y'all download that app right down now and hit that like and subscribe, man. Shout out to everybody, Ronbo, and you as always, sir.
Thanks, Ellis. Talk to you tomorrow, Phil. I'll see you
All right.
online.
Peace.
All right. I mean, started answering Ellis's mail. What did you say? Hey, Shay, come on
Yo,
in here.
Ronbo.
Shay.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
I'm combing through these scenarios, man. I'm loving it, man. It gets you all pumped up. Because I don't see tragedy happening in the draft, but I can just see us sitting there saying, damn, what they gonna do now? I hate the what we gonna do now moments. You know, I mean, the 49ers, they never seem to get in that situation, though.
No, yeah, Ronbo, you're absolutely right. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, yeah, Ronbo, like, I'm torn, man. I'm torn because I agree with my brother Dre, like my TNT brother Dre, like. See, I've already made my case for Jeudy. The best top of the route runners in the league are the best wide receivers in the league. The better the route running, I mean, they've gotten all paid. I've already, D. Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Michael Thomas, guys ain't flashy,
list goes
but
on and on.
they run great routes. Right. But right. You can just go on and on. But then again, I've already made my case for Jeudy. But then Ruggs would be a great fit too because, like you and Phil said earlier, Debo had a problem with route running early on, right? But then it cleaned it up. Kyle Shanahan is not only is he a great run master because he's learned from his father, but he was a wide receiver for Texas. He studied the best of the best. Phil Simms or Chris Simms, one of his closest friends and colleagues, even talked about how dedicated he was to learning from Jerry Rice and all those guys. So yes, he is a renowned, really great route runner. Kyle Shanahan is, and he loves guys with route running. But guess what? He can also teach route running ability to help people like Ruggs. He even elevated the Debo Samuel's route running as we've seen it progress throughout the season last year, right? So to me, at this point, it's kind of just like what will be good for Jimmy G. Like Ruggs is a one play, a home run hitter, right?
Well,
he could take the top off. He could catch a slant. He could catch a good slant and take it to the house, right? And then Jerry Jeudy, he can demand double teams with his route running. Or do you risk it with the guy I think that has the highest floor, and Ceedee Lamb, who could be the next Julio Jones? We don't know, right? But then I'm also torn. Like we could go. I agree with my TNT brother Will, right? Because we can get Kinlaw, and I've watched a lot of Kinlaw film, and what Kinlaw does well is he wins his one-on-one matchups.
That's
Look
real
at
important.
the tape. He sacked Tua. Good. He took over the Georgia game, which is a good, renowned, good offensive line they had last year.
Don't they have
with
one of the
the
best
kid
offensive
Becton
lines
coming in.
at the
Yes,
Cleveland?
they have, and he took over.
Yeah.
He sacked for him. He took over that game, the Georgia game. He looked good against Clemson. These are elite colleges. Kinlaw looked really good. And, so said we have, we got a good defense. Yeah, we do, but we don't have depth anymore. If you take a step back, this defense looking like Trent Bulk. Street has still been dealing with this ACL problem, right?
I know.
Well, Julian Taylor and Blair are both coming off ACL injuries. We lost Sheldon Day. We traded Defoe.
Had
so
knee
do we
injuries
really
before.
really have the depth? Do we really have the depth? I mean, we're risking Blair being what he was off an ACL.
He's not going to be ready.
Same thing with Julian Taylor.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but I believe you, what you said, like, I think last year, Chris Givens, I have faith in him. I think Chris Givens can be a good D tackle. He was a running back in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin Givens. Sorry, Kevin Givens. But the problem was the boy just kept growing. He didn't stop at 5'11". I think he's like 6'2", 6'3", like almost 300 pounds. The kid can move. But like I said, like there's so many. But the one thing, Ronbo, is we have a good problem. I mean, we literally are talking about contention. We are contenders. So I have faith in Shanahan and John Lynch no matter what, whoever we draft. You know what I mean? Whichever way we go. And I think that if we go wide receiver, I think Ruggs will probably be the only one left out of the three. We take Ruggs, and then we trade the 31st for a second and third. And I say in the second round, you go grab Chase Claypool. I say you grab Chase Claypool because he could be the tight end.
I keep forgetting about Claypool.
On two tight end sets.
Nothing shabby
You
about
could
that pick.
him and Clay. Yeah, Claypool and Kittle with Ruggs and Debo. I mean, damn. On a two tight end set, we are one of the best teams in 21 personnel.
I know.
So, I mean, hey, Ronbo, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot you can do. But like I said, I'm torn. My TNT brothers make great
Mims
points.
has got to be in the mix too, though. I like that.
Mims too, yeah, absolutely. I think Mims is another Julio type wide receiver. And then also too, like I've been looking at South Carolina, Brian Edwards. That dude reminds me of Andre Johnson. Dude is 6'3", 230, all muscle. Ronbo, I ain't even playing, all muscle. Big boy.
Another yak master.
I mean,
because you know
another
Kyle
yak.
love
You
them
never
some
know,
yak
but
masters, boy. You can get that
hell
ball and
yeah.
have dudes screaming for help and say you dragging them down the field. That's what we want. Trey, Shay, that play of George Kittle exemplifies what we really want in New Orleans. Dudes are hanging on his face.
Absolutely.
Another guy's riding his shoulders. Another one's got around the way. And Kittle is still driving down the field. I was brought to tears. Look at that.
No, yeah, Ronbo, you're absolutely right. And Ronbo also too, Ronbo, I think I am leaning more towards wide receiver in this draft because I feel like they're just like, dude, we need to get another key explosive guy that can take pressure off Kittle and allow Kittle to get one-on-ones and do what he did in the Saints game. It was a one-on-one with a corner. He beat him, and guess what? He dragged the rest of the team with him. So
there's only one George Kittle. That could be the thing we hear about years from now, too, you know? Kittle's an animal. Man, a lot of those. Kelsey be damned. And I get in arguments about that all the time on social media, but Kelsey is not Kittle. Hey, Shay,
oh, no, absolutely. Come on, Ronbo.
You know I know.
Kittle is an additional offensive lineman. He's a sixth offensive lineman when it comes to run blocking, but with the wide receiver ability to run routes. This guy he's a unicorn.
They threw the mold away.
A rare species. You don't see him that often, man.
Shay, I'm going to see you tomorrow, too, fam. We're out of time.
Absolutely,
but good stuff,
Ronbo.
as usual.
I'll be calling in.
All right.
Hell yeah, Ronbo. Thank you again for the opportunity. Shout out to my TNT brothers, Will, Dre, Trey, Big Show, Jerry Fresh, Russo, all my guys. Ronbo, I love you, brother. Thanks for the platform,
fam.
and God bless. All right, take it easy.
Love you back, fam. Have a good night. See you tomorrow. And we got, hey, is it? Oh, there he is. Hey, let's go out Ohio way. John V.
What's up, my brother?
John. Ronbo. Oh, we're just having fun kicking around. Now, you know, Kyle lays a bone out there, boy, and certain dogs just really pick it up. He's settling stuff, man. I'm reading things. Damn, Kyle. Hey, man, you got me worried now. I mean, do you like any of those guys? And then I said, well, maybe Kyle's doing that on I didn't know. Dre says, man, don't let Kyle's doing that. Not only did you bite on that, but a bunch of other people did too, and some of them may be execs that have small minds or manipulable minds or gullible. I'm telling you right now, I really wonder, is he really like these guys, Jeudy, Ruggs, and Lamb? Or is he looking in another direction? Or is he trying to lead everybody off his trail, you know? But I know you like 13. You want a defensive guy anyway. But, I mean, John, what are you thinking?
Well, Ronbo, I mean, I've been listening to everybody, and I mean, everybody is so hell-bent on a receiver, and I get it. I mean, we need one. But we don't draft conventionally. We took a punter in the 4th round. You know what I mean? We do things, and that was not on the backside of a Super Bowl appearance. That was, we were in a rebuild, and we bounced. Anyway, that doesn't matter, Rumble. My point is
no, John, it does though. Do you continue to run risk? And it's somewhat of a risk. Do you continue to do that even though now that you really are a legitimate contender?
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
John was going to hesitate.
Ronbo, here's my thing, brother. I mean, we are a defensive powerhouse, and I say this every call, but my point is that we have gotten here because of it. True. I mean, Jimmy G is a weapon in himself, but until E-Man got there, I mean, it was the defense. The defense was giving you opportunity after opportunity, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, just boom, boom, boom. Buckner may have not have played as big of a role as we think he did. We're panicking, but Ronbo, I mean, who are we to pass up? Who are we to pass up at DT if he's there? Now, here's the thing: if And I tell you this, what if those receivers are not on the board when we get there at 13?
Oh, that's what I'm
do
talking
you
about.
do with your 13th pick? That's where I agree with you. Where do you go? You're looking at O-line. You need to fill that. We are now a little bit light on depth, and depth was on our side this year because we had a lot of injuries on the front end. So we are not in a position to say we don't need to draft defense this year. Wait till 2021. Hell no, man. We have injuries because either we are not eating our proteins or we are just busting your ass, dude, and we're hurting ourselves in the process. So, I mean, what do you do, Ronbo? What do you do at 13? That's the question.
I'm totally perplexed. Do you go ahead and you trade back and go get some more picks? And like Travis pointed out, though, what do we need with a bunch of picks? So, whatever you need, can you please get it in the first round, right? So if it's a defensive player, if it's another wide receiver, get the best you can get at 13. Because if you start going back, but the 49ers have such a good track record as far as being able to identify and bring in talent. So you got to trust them if they do that too. It's
right.
It's crazy.
Right, brother. I mean, Kyle a day ago did an interview, and he's not crazy about college receivers with their lack of man-to-man coverage at the collegiate level. And you know what, Ronbo?
He's right.
Right there is a breadcrumb, brother. I'll follow it. I'm a guppy.
And he also said, unless a kid played in the SEC, they're out there running extended. I mean, the field's wide open most of the time, and they're just playing catch.
Right.
He's right.
They play they play with hashes. They play a lot spaced out. They play with hashes, so they don't get that one-on-one.
Man,
you know what? They don't have to be man coverage. So right. So come on, Ronbo. Is he as sold on a top 3 receiver as the media has him? And is he telling you something in this brief little segment that he did?
But
I'm wondering.
But John, would he do that? Why would Kyle expose his hand like that? I
don't know. Because he's waiting for his one golden egg. There's no doubt about it. This is his opportunity. But if they are not there, you have to choose from 7 of the top receivers in the draft. What do you do? What do you do with 13? Cardinals are coming after us, Ronbo. The Cardinals are they want to punish us on the deep end of the ball. And I promise you, this defense should not be slept on this draft. I don't care. We can get the ball out there. We'll throw the ball. Somebody's going to catch it. I don't give a damn. But the Cardinals are going to be the next Seahawks for the next.
They are.
D-Hop is there. So
speaking of D-Hop, was just really. I mean, Bill O'Brien really does need his ass removed. What is he doing? Whoa!
I don't know.
God.
Oh, you lost your number 1 and your quarterback is on his trail, brother. You need to go, man. You opened your mouth. That was unreal. That's the kind of shit, Ronbo. We slept on that opportunity.
Well,
you can kiss this draft and 13 goodbye if we landed D-Hop.
Yeah, because the thing is, I don't know if they can afford it. Anyway, it's too late.
Maybe not. Maybe it's too late.
Yeah, I know. John, we're going to go ahead. Let me see you tomorrow, John. Good stuff.
Ronbo, you bet. I can't wait to see you, brother. Always, my man.
All right, fam.
You get me through, brother. You get me through. I always appreciate you.
Oh, we getting each other through,
night,
man. It's
brother.
so much fun. Night, John.
Good night, brother. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. And, hey, Kevin. You can't think about the Cardinals too often, fam. I'm telling you right now, it's kind of wishing.
Hey, Ronbo.
Yeah, Kevin.
Ronbo, this is Will right quick. Hey, can I make a suggestion?
Okay.
Real quick.
Go ahead.
Okay, the Kinlaw situation. Okay, listen. You got 3 players gone. You got Buckner, Vettel, and Sheldon Day gone, right?
Right.
What you can do is you can promote Chris Givens to the roster, re-sign Demontre Moore, and get Kinlaw at 13, and then your rotation is back complete.
I like that. All right. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Dre, I mean, Will, good stuff, all right? Let me see you tomorrow. And the 49ers do have to think about moving in that direction. They may have already done that, too. That's why they're doing what they're doing, because they let Day just walk away. Here comes Dre's big body Griff, brother. Hey, Griff.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Big body Griff, a.k.a. Fat Boy G, a.k.a. Gorilla Life. What's happening, Ronbo?
You know, man, now, see, as we get closer to the draft, the nerves are starting to get up, and Kyle ain't helping none saying the things he's saying. Kyle's like talking about, y'all getting all excited about them receivers. I ain't. I see guys that need some work, but I ain't got time to train nobody. We're a Super Bowl contending team. If I'm going to pull a wide receiver, he better come in here and get some work done now. I'm reading that, and I'm knowing Kyle's just talking and blowing smoke to some degree. But I'm saying, but gosh, that's the gospel truth. Man, anybody got no time for no Dante Pettis mistakes? Whoever comes in here better be ready to roll. So
and all them people was panicking like this virus, man. They panicking for no reason.
Could be.
All them dudes is out there. And first thing first. Buckner is gone. Tell them to quit talking about him. He on a whole nother team.
Yes.
Second of all, to piggyback off what my little bro said, with all the wide receivers, the first 3 wide receivers is in the position they're in for a reason.
Yeah.
That's why they call them the best. Them 3 are the best. And to talk about one dude, I think it was maybe last week or last couple of shows, talking about they couldn't block. All 3 of them first 3 receivers can block. So tell them to quit saying that. Second of all, what we got to remember too, Henry Ruggs and Jerry Jeudy played with Jacob. So you got to watch out for who the Raiders take.
Yeah. Griff, if you were the Raiders, if Jeudy was there, wouldn't you snatch him?
You could, possibility, but if you're the Raiders and you're going for speed, then they're going to take Ruggs.
And Ruggs is going to do for a team what Tyreek Hill does. No matter what he's doing, he's worrisome. He's a bother. He's out there running around. You have to account for him. If the safety's standing around talking about close to the line of scrimmage, he's going to get his butt handed to him. This is why Dre and I both agree Ruggs is the guy. But what are you thinking?
Ruggs to me is the guy, just like everybody else. And you're blocking, what's his name, Trev?
Mm-hmm.
He had good, I like what he said. That was tight too, further the SEC thing. But you got to go back to this. One dude on here, I heard him say that Ruggs was the 3rd best player
I know.
for the wide receivers on Alabama.
That was Lee. He wasn't even the best at Bama, but Bama's stacked, though. So you can't
first of all, neither was Jerry Jeudy.
Who was number one?
If you was looking at stats for what he's saying, then Devontae Smith is number 1.
On Bama's, who was Devontae Smith?
On Bama, number 6. Devontae Smith was number 1.
Bama had 3 premier receivers?
No, Bama had 5 premier receivers. So when you're looking at it, and he say that Jerry Jeudy was number 3, okay, go back and look at Ruggs was number 2, Devontae Smith was number 1 with less attempts, more yards, and more touchdowns.
I'm gonna start watching Bama if I don't watch nothing else, because Bama comes up with some kind of doomsday squad every year, between them and Clemson.
Yes. So, but when people go out and talk, I like listening to some of the things people say on here, but know your facts, because when you talk about somebody, Alabama's 1, 2, and 3 wide receiver could be a 1 on another team in the NFL.
No wonder. I can't believe there's no NC2A rule against Bama. You can only acquire so many recruits of a certain level. After that, you have to let somebody else have one. But yeah, every year Bama comes up with a hell of a wide receivers.
For real. So, and a lot of people they talking, and I get it. A lot of people have good points, so I don't want to knock them down on that. But some of them you gotta state facts. Just like little bro be stating, he be stating the facts. And once again, I told you, you heard what your I think it was 2 callers back, Brian Edwards. I told you.
Oh, so, yes, I did hear that. I remember that. Who said something about Ryan Edwards? But yeah.
It was like 2 guys back. Brian Edwards. That's the same dude I've been talking about. So if none of them is in that 3, the first 3 is gone off the board, then you can get other wide receivers. But when the other people talk about who's first and second and third, you got the top 3 that everybody been talking about as top 3 for a reason.
Well, you know, I know the 49ers got a plan A, plan B, because when you're 13, you better have plenty of contingency plans. Because I keep seeing all 3 receivers gone. Kinlaw's gone. Raekwon, too. Did you guys have anything else in mind? Nope, we're trading back. You know, I keep seeing that happening somehow, you know, but maybe not. Well, because somebody said he could trade up, too. So we're going to see.
I mean, in every situation, you got a diamond in the rough. And like I said, Kyle Shanahan and them is known for gold mining, finding that diamond in the rough. So, I mean, I wouldn't put it past them. I wouldn't put it past them.
All right, fam.
But, man, yeah.
Fam, we got to go. Let me see you tomorrow and Monday Night Raw, will you? Get Griff in here.
Thank you for the platform you give us.
Thanks, fam.
Thank you for that platform you give us. Shouts out to my little brother and all the TNT partners and all the 49er faithful and 49er Empire on here.
Thanks, big body Griff. I'm going to see you tomorrow, fam, hopefully. All right.
Yep.
Have a good night.
Sir. All right. Yeah.
And bring him in. It's the Iron Sheik.
Ronbo, what's going on, man? We got a lot of talks, a lot of chitter chatter tonight.
Oh, it's fun. I love, you know, and I got to tell you, Sheik, I want one of those wide receivers.
Yeah.
But it's fun thinking about, okay, 49ers now have to use a lot of ingenuity. Somebody said, the Papa said the 49ers, if they do have a kid in their crosshairs, they're not going to sit around and wait at 13. They're going to trade up and get him. Then I said, well, what if they don't? And then everybody's mentioned, even Delpit's gone before 13, and people don't even want him. You know, and the 49ers sitting at 13. Yeah. Hey, when somebody come get this 13th pick, you know, or are they going to pick that mystery player that all of us going to say like McGlinchey? Remember that year? And we said 49ers on the clock.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Mike McGlinchey? What?
Yeah, that came from left field.
I still remember
We're thinking defense. All of us are like thinking defense, Rombo. So
yeah, right?
Yeah.
Edge rushers, we needed an edge rusher so bad, but they did the right thing, though. We got to trust them because they didn't get an edge rusher that year. Man. They wait the next year, and they got the premier edge rusher of the NFL. Ooh. Could be the #1 guy in the league, and he's a rookie. Yeah. What's going to be like in the years to come? Oh! So anyway, got to trust them. What do you think?
I think there's a lot of things going on. I think 2, not 3, 2 wide receivers will be available. One of them, either or, will be available on the 13th pick. We're not getting Ruggs. I'm sorry. We're not getting Ruggs. I am against, you know, he's a good wide receiver, Rombo, but like we already have a Deebo Samuel on our team. He's a similar type of player. He's those like jet sweep kind of special schemes that you want to put him in. We have Deebo Samuel. He's better than Deebo's better than him.
4.2 though. That's a hell of a
Goodwin was a 4.2. What has he done for us?
But Goodwin's been having mental breakdowns and nervous breakdowns and all kinds of
John
breakdowns.
Ross from Cincinnati.
Oh, God.
There's so many 4.2. Speed doesn't really matter to me, and I hope everybody understands. Like, you got to have the route skills and athletic as well. You know, the speed, it definitely does matter a little, but if you don't have the nice routes, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, well,
so,
yeah, because we never hear about what's that kid's name in Cincinnati?
John Ross.
Yeah, John Ross. We haven't heard anything about him. Hollywood last year, we heard a little bit about him. Not much. So you're right.
Yeah, Deebo skill. Yeah, and Deebo has a different type of skill. He's athletic. He's fast. He can do a lot of things for you. What were you having on our team? That's why I say Jeudy or Ceedee Lamb is going to be the guy because you got to have different type of players in your wide receiver scheme, your offense. You know, that's what Atlanta had. They had Julio. They had Sanu. They had what was the other kid? Another kid. They had Alden Robinson. You have different.
Julio runs it incredibly fast too.
Yeah, they had different type of skills, and that's why I think that's what Kyle is looking for. And I really think, all the guys think that Jets are going to take a wide receiver. Why? That's
They
silly.
need an offensive lineman, don't they?
Yes, that's number one. Every team knows that when you want to build from the ground up,
Gotta build the trenches.
you got to get your offensive line in, and yeah, exactly. You got your quarterback to pull. You got to protect him, right? So that's why I think
right.
Ceedee Lamb.
We're in the position to make a luxury pick this year that other teams don't have. I fully agree with that. I just look for somebody to just, Gruden do something strange. The man is evil, and everybody says, well, Gruden doesn't like rookies in those kind of positions, so maybe they'll get past him.
Yeah, I mean, and then if you guys, I know Will and Russo and other guys want Kinlaw guys, but there's other guys that we have. We have, looking at the depth that we have right now, Ronbo, we have a lot of people switching. Could be defensive end or a defensive tackle, different type of players. And we have Eric Armstead in the mix. And we even have Nick Bosa in the mix as well if they want to put him in certain packages. But wide receiver is key because we have Deebo Samuel and a bunch of question marks. I love Jalen Hurd, but he's a question mark, unfortunately, because of the injury.
Huge question.
So that is huge. Yes. So we got to be careful on this with the wide receiver. Got to be. And people say, "Mike, go trade. How about go trade up and go get Kinlaw first, and then get what happened to that guy that you really like is not going to be available when all these wide receiver teams go get those wide receivers." So you got to also think about that. So we need to get our guy. Don't play games, and then if you want to pick up and go trade down like everybody else wants, get those other guys and different type of ranked type of players and build up from. Because we're a complete team. That's how I look at it, Ronbo.
Well,
we've got to figure out this.
We can make the luxury picks now. 2 years ago, we wanted to make these picks that we're able to make now. So, you're right. They probably got to do that. If there's a premier wide receiver at 13, you go get him. Because the defense, if you're going to build it, you can get a defender at 31 probably. If you really insist on getting a 30 defender, yeah. So
exactly. You get your corners. There's different type of defensive tackles if you want. There's different type of players that you could get. But it does say Jerry Jeudy and Ceedee Lamb and Ruggs, even Ruggs. Let's say, for example, I'm not going to say all three of you guys are going to be gone. You probably have to get Kinlaw, unfortunately. But at the same time, Kyle is probably thinking offensive line. He's probably thinking about Staley's situation. Why pass up an offensive line is right there right in front of us. If a guy slips.
Do you see anybody, though, that tackle that's worth picking up? I mean, you don't want to just get a tackle to be getting a tackle. Is there one out there that's that good right now, this year, in this draft?
Yeah, I see two guys. I think Bexton. He's a
the monster. I forgot about him. He ain't going to be around at 31. Good. He may be going to the top 10. The Jets are going to pick him up.
Yep, there you go. Yeah. The Jets are 100%. I guarantee it, Rombo.
Yeah,
I guarantee the Jets are going to get offensive linemen. But if they won, even the worst, this is Sheik, by the way.
I mean, you guys both. Sheik, we ran out of time. It's an honor to be. If I call show Sheik, he'd be honored, and vice versa. We
want that wide receiver, so there you go. But anyways, Rombo, shout out to everybody. Shout out to Colvin. Shout out to Rombo Chat, and shout out to Jersey Joe. And hopefully everything's good over there with him.
Yes.
And faithful, hit that like for Rombo Sports Sub, share and hit that like on every platform he's at. And go Niners. Couple weeks, guys.
Sheik.
Stay
Appreciate
healthy,
your film.
Stay healthy. Stay home. Later.
Yes, it is. Night Sheik. And speaking of the big show, he says McGlinchey wasn't really left field. Yes, we needed a DE, but remember, that was the year we booted Trent Brown and no one was next to Staley. Yeah. And also, I didn't know Trent Brown was on the plane at that time. I didn't find out till later that Trent Brown was flying to New England to become a Pro Bowler. Hey, Kevin.
Ronbo.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Kevin, you've heard, have you been listening? You know we're going in all different directions here about that. First of all, Kyle Shanahan putting out things that make you want to say, And also, we're speculating who's going to take who. It gets real complicated, But Kevin, what do you got on your mind there? Are any of these wide receivers really NFL players? It's a silly question, but it's a good one.
Ronbo, I have most people in the chat are high on Jerry Jeudy. And from my perspective, between Ruggs and Jeudy, I think Jeudy, if you look down, all the wide receiver, attributes that you look for route running, you look for size, you look for speed, you look for hand size, you look for versatility, right? If you compare the two, Jeudy is the only one between those, Jeudy and Ruggs, that he's the best. He's the better route runner. But other than that, I've got check marks for Ruggs all the way down. Speed, versatility, run game, screen game, return ability, kicks and punts, spacing the field. You could give Jeudy a check mark for size at 6'1", 195, but Ruggs is 6 foot 190. He's not that much smaller, Ronbo. Okay, this guy runs a 4.27.
Inch shorter.
This guy runs
and
a
every bit as heavy.
4.27. He runs a 4.27 injured. Okay.
I know that's kind of frightening, isn't it? That's Tyreek Hill at a heavier size.
Jerry Jeudy, if you watch his route running, yes, it's great, but his strides are long. If you have a good shutdown corner, it's going to be hard for him to get off the line. I don't know how quick his feet are, okay, but I can guarantee you that Ruggs is going to be able to get off the line in phase.
Jeudy, from what I've seen in film,
you can't really bump him, Ronbo, because his speed, you can't really bump him.
No, he's
okay.
gone.
You have to play at least 5. You have to play 5-7 yards off him. You know what that does? That makes you go into 2 high safeties. Yep. You know what that does? That opens up the run game.
Exactly. Okay? That's what I'm worried about, because everything else, it doesn't matter. If Ruggs has got the safeties bailing and yelling for help across the field, that's what I want. And now Debo, Trent, Kittle, all the middle of the field is theirs, and the linebackers. Oh, we win that battle all day long.
And I understand we haven't seen Jalen Hurts play a regular season football game.
I wouldn't think about him yet.
That guy is a fluid route runner. We've got our route runner. We've got Trent Taylor. We've got our middle of the field guy. We need a burner, okay? Not only this, okay? Hand size. Jeudy struggles with drops. He's got 9.5 inch hands, okay?
Yeah, I read about
Henry Ruggs has 10. He has 10 and 1/8 inch hands. So he's got bigger hands. And I know Dre alluded to it earlier.
Coming with the fire tonight,
Okay.
all these stats and numbers. Go, Kev. Go ahead, man. Give me some more.
Okay, so as Dre alluded to earlier, he only has 1 drop in his entire college career. Okay, Jerry Jeudy. Okay, Devontae Smith was not the number 1 guy on the depth chart for Alabama. It was Jerry Jeudy, then it was Devontae Smith, and then it was Henry Ruggs, because Ruggs took care of the kick and punt return responsibilities as well. Okay, so I don't want to hear that Jerry Jeudy is no doubt going to go in the top 15, and if Ruggs is taken, I'm not complaining that if we get Jeudy, I won't be complaining. Okay, but I'm saying for the system, Ruggs is our guy, because can you imagine Debo lining up on the other side of Ruggs? You don't know who's going to get a jet sweep. You don't know who's going to get a reverse. You don't know if he's going to be running 4.2 speed down the field. You don't know what's going to happen.
And Kevin, the only reason we lost that Super Bowl is because of Tyreek Hill. If Mosley doesn't bite on that play and Hill's out there doing what he's doing, using that speed, we win that Super Bowl. That is what turned the momentum. So you see, this is why I'm a Ruggs fan too. That is a very dangerous weapon to have, a guy that has your safeties on his heels all game long. I mean, Ward was doing a good job, him and Kowalski, but still.
Couple more things. In terms of blocking, I would give that edge to Ruggs because he is thicker, and I think he's a little more nasty. Okay? And he can also line up out wide and in the slot. But I heard, some callers were talking about what if Ruggs, Jeudy, or Lamb isn't there at 13. I think you could trade back into the mid-20s and get a second and a third, and you could still get a guy like T. Higgins, maybe in like the mid-20s. Might be a slight reach, but that guy, he didn't run a 40 at the combine. He didn't participate at the combine, but he ran a 4.39 at his pro day, and he's 6'5". So you could trade back your 13th pick, get in the mid-20s, get a guy like Higgins or Mims, and then you could trade your 31st pick and get even more picks. And I'm still on the Raekwon Davis train. I think Raekwon Davis is a beast.
Hey,
Like I said, the last time I called it.
We do have to stop though. So I tell you what, I'll see you tomorrow and bring some more of these numbers. I love the numbers.
Ronbo, you know I could go all night, so
I can see.
I'll call in tomorrow.
Be looking for you, Kevin.
All right,
Thanks,
thanks,
fam.
Ronbo. Thanks for the platform. Shout out.
Hey,
all right.
My pleasure. Good night. And finally, it's been way too cute and cuddly in here. Let me bring him in here. He is the other half of the founding members of TNT. He is Trey from Being. Have we been that cute and cuddly? I know he's going to come in and police our action. He always does that. Makes us feel like we're a bunch of wimps. Some of us did.
Finally. And I do. Finally. You know, I told my good brother Dre that I was not going to call in tonight, but the pure amount of fuzziness, the cute and cuddly, gooey. It's a lot of things that we need to set straight. But first, Brother Ronbo, how you doing tonight, sir?
Oh, I'm doing all right. You know, it's sitting around. You can read a lot of football now because you need to stay out of the way. You'll be getting sick out here. Right? So,
it's time to talk some football, you know.
Yeah, and then I
We're
ran
gonna talk
across
some
Kyle.
football. We're gonna get into some
Kyle,
prospects.
don't say these things, man. Come on, Kyle.
But I have a question for you, Ronbo. How many not fast guys do you want on your team? I mean, receiving wise, because right now we've got Debo, and he's not fast. You know, he's good. You know, he's not fast. Kendrick, he's not fast. You know, so how many not fast guys do you want? There's a reason why we need Henry Ruggs to unlock the playbook for Kyle.
Mm-hmm. So he can come out and start singing.
George Kittle didn't have many 75-yard touchdown runs like he had
when
the year
Marquise
before.
was on the field. Yep.
Oh, okay. You know where you saw it. Okay,
yes.
So you saw that. So, but my problem is that, you know, we love that. And I'm not saying he's the only receiver that you can take, you know, obviously. But that's what it is. It's not about, you know, I know guys talking about route running. Like,
we got
a great route runner.
I
we got route running, though.
To get that safety
we got that. Ronbo, it's about a toolbox. Yes. It's about a toolbox. Why do we need 3 wrenches? Can I get a hammer? Can I get some measuring tape? You know what I'm saying? Can I get a Phillips
get
head?
your level.
You know, can we get? Yeah, we got to do that, and that's what we got to do. We got to have certain different elements to run certain different plays to expose certain different parts of the field if he's there. But I do feel like there's going to be a run on wide receivers, and that is why. If none of those guys are available, that's a huge if. I doubt it. I'm just saying. Let's just say there's 3 wide receivers taken.
Possible.
If there's 2 wide receivers taken and the Raiders are there, they're going to take probably Ruggs or, you know, Lamb, whoever's left.
Whichever's left, yeah.
I think, and, you know, Dre's not going to like this, my partner, you know, but Kinlaw should be the pick. And let me tell you why, guys. Kinlaw is the only. Let me say this again. We just lost. Ronbo, did we lose length and power with Buckner? That's what we lost, right? Length and power, right?
That's true.
Kinlaw is one of the most powerful guys with a great first step, and he's the only defensive tackle that has 34-inch arms. That's huge. Excuse me. It's one other defensive tackle. It's another guy, but he's not as acclaimed, you know. 34-inch arms, Ronbo, that's huge. That means that when he's getting double-teamed, he can
and
stick
they're not
his arm
skinny
out.
arms. Yeah.
He can pull that running back in. This guy, he does what Buckner didn't do. He bats passes down. Go back and watch that film. He bats down.
No, I did see that, and he is an animal.
Yeah.
I was keeping in mind it was the competition he was rolling
so
over.
those long arms with that pass rush ability and first step, what I'm saying is that if we can't get our wide receivers, we need to affect the quarterback. Here's one more thing, Ronbo. You remember Caden Smith? You remember that guy?
Yeah, tight end.
You remember that trash, that Levine Toilolo trash we kept over Caden Smith?
Biggest mistake.
We spent a good 6-round pick on him.
He did a good
and
job.
And he went to the Giants.
Yeah.
This is what I mean when I say that we can't keep everybody. You guys want to hoard all of these picks. You want to trade back and trade back and trade back and have a pick or 2 in every single round, and then guys can't make our team.
You can't keep them.
But go to somewhere else. They go somewhere else. So, no, we're not going to do a lot of trade backing this year because not a lot of guys are going to make this team.
Caden was a mistake, though. They didn't need to pick up Toilolo. Just keep Caden. I don't know why
That's
they
what I'm
drafted him.
saying. No, but what
Yeah.
I'm saying is that we try to stash a late draft. We can't have all these picks, Ronbo. So with us not being able to talk too long, Ronbo, I know the lines are hot. All I'm saying is that we can't have a bunch of picks. We got to get premium players now. It's go mode right
Yeah,
now.
we're already a Super
Right
Bowl
now.
team. There's no need to build.
Not
Get some-
yesterday.
Yeah.
Exactly. Not tomorrow. Not now, but right now, Ronbo. And one last final thing before I get up out here. It has to be said, Ronbo. We need a corner if we stay at number 31. Nobody's talking about this. We have no starters signed for next year. We have no cheap and available talent. We'd have to sign back Mosley. We'd have to sign back Akello. Richard Sherman doesn't have a contract next year. And Quan Williams is up.
If Mosley has the same kind
Why
of
aren't we drafting a corner?
He's an undrafted free
Everybody's
agent.
so gun-ho about 13, but 31 is where we have to get somebody that can last in the future, plus 5 years. Remember that fifth-year option is strong and cheap. I appreciate the time, Brother Ronbo. I know we got to get up out of here.
Hey.
Just a few things, but, there's a little cute and cuddly. Right? We got to bring it back to reality. You can't be,
You straighten that right up.
you know what I'm saying? And for the people that are saying that Kinlaw is injury prone, let me just say this. He's had one injury. He played all of last year. 7.5 sacks on a South Carolina defense that was ass in the SEC. He was the only bright spot. He dominated good teams in the SEC. Let me say that again. Don't think he can't transition. He plays in the best conference.
Remember, Nick Bosa had more problems than he ever had, so it's no big deal.
No problems. Exactly. All right, Rombo. Talk to you later, brother.
See you tomorrow.
Shout out to my TNT fam, man. Talk to you boys later.
Trey coming in, and Trey usually waits till Monday night. Trey came on in tonight. All right. Night, Trey. Okay, now we got two people out of 408, the South Bay. Hey, 408. Let me hear from 408. Who is there? Hello. 408. 408. Hello.
Hey, Ronbo?
Yes, and who is this?
Hey, Ronbo, my name's Payam.
Say it one more time.
Payam.
How do you spell that?
It's a little complicated, I know. You can call me P.
Did you say Hyam or Tyam?
Payam with a P, as in Paul.
Oh, Pyam. Is that right?
Fine, there we go.
Hey, Pyam. Oh, come on in, man.
Ronbo, so I know you're talking a lot about this number 13.
Oh, yeah.
And I know we're talking wide receivers, big time.
Yes, indeed. And remember, Kyle Shanahan doesn't think any of them are worthwhile, from what he's saying.
Exactly. That's kind of my point, because I don't know if you remember, but about 2 years ago when we got McGlinchey, everybody was talking about Tremaine Edmonds.
Yep. Really talking
And I
about him
think
crazy. What's that other guy that plays for the Bears? The other linebacker?
Bills. Oh, Roquan Smith.
Roquan, yeah. You're right. Good.
Exactly.
Where are you going with this?
I think we may be a little disappointed. As much as I want Jeudy, as much as I want Ceedee Lamb, and as much as I want Henry Ruggs, I don't think we're going wide receiver at 13. Especially because as good as the Niners are, they're not going to have a top 15 pick for a long time. So I think they're looking at Joe Staley's replacement. He doesn't have much left in the tank. I think they're looking for, especially cornerback. I think the last guy talked to cornerback. I think we're going to be in that,
Before we get into trouble,
there.
nip it in the bud now. Well, Pam, who you got in mind here? Is there a premier tackle that's available right now this year, this draft?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I know Iowa does they do a lot of run game. They're big in the run, and I like that Wirfs guy from Iowa. He's big time. He's a big time player. He played with George, and he's looking really good. And I know Staley's still playing. I know
that's
there's
good.
Mekhi Becton.
This guy can mentor. Staley can mentor him if he's that good, right?
Exactly. And we have a kind of a guard situation now. So Person's gone. We got that Compton fella. He's okay. He played with Shanahan, but
Brunskill's probably going to be okay in that position this year. Anyway.
Yeah, exactly. And
I worry about
Brunskill
Weston
can play
Richburg.
tackle too, which is nice.
Yeah, who can't go a
And
season.
we did re-sign Garland. Garland is back too.
So we got both those
But
guys.
I'm saying, like, that 13 pick may not be a wide receiver.
Yeah, no, really. I've already entertained that, so you're right. And then if you want a wide receiver, and you do, at 31, there's so many wide receivers this year, and who knows? Mims could come in and have a bigger impact than any of the three Golden Boys. Higgins, Claypool. There's a lot of guys in this draft that you're not going to just really just get garbage. So, you could absolutely be right.
Exactly. And Shanahan's a master at this stuff. Look what he did to Bourne. Look what he did to all the undrafted guys that we have.
Good point. He could
He turned them into superstars.
Wine into
and
water.
We still have
exactly.
Hurd and Trent Taylor. We still have Hurd, who we haven't even seen yet, and he could be really good. And I don't want to take up too much of your time. I know you got a bunch of callers coming.
But you made a good point.
As James would say, thank you for what you do. 99 Pie 9 for life.
Bye. Thanks. Good to chiming in, man. Appreciate you, fam. I got your name on record now, so next time Okay, I don't know. I'm getting some weird signal. Okay. Anyway, Pie, thanks, fam. And we'll talk to you later.
Cool. Thank you for what you do, Ronbo.
Thanks, fam. All right. And we got another caller on 408. Let's see who the other person is. 408, hello.
Hey, what's going on?
Yes, and what is your name?
Derek.
Derek?
Yeah, I live in San Jose. I've been a 49er fan. I've been a Niner fan since 1980, and
all right.
I noticed you guys. This is my first time calling, and I listen to you a lot. I
thanks,
appreciate
Derek.
what you do.
Thanks.
Also, I noticed you guys are not mentioning the 49ers addressed a defensive tackle. I think it was on the bye week in the Super Bowl. They picked up a guy named Willie Henry from Baltimore Ravens.
You're right. I've never heard of Willie Henry.
He looks good. He's from Michigan. He's from Harbaugh. And I think it's one of them cases where, kind of like a Contavious Street, they couldn't keep him on the field. And I think we may have got him at the right time because I think the guy is going to be fully healthy come camp time. And he's like 6'3", 292 pounds.
Whoa, really? Willie Henry. Okay, I gotta
Willie
check
Henry,
this out.
right. From the Baltimore Ravens. I saw film on him, and he looks good. He really looks good. And
Usually
I think he can.
Those are those contracts the 49ers sign that they're not. Okay, we'll see. Usually when they make that contract, those are those. I forget the name of the category.
They signed him to a future contract.
Futures contract, right? Yeah. Usually those guys never make it out of camp. But
Are you serious?
He sounds like. When's the last time they signed a guy in the futures contract and he stayed around until the cut? Well, I can't wait to see this.
I didn't know that.
Normally, I mean,
Also,
I can't think of anybody. I could be wrong. I couldn't think of anybody.
Also, I'm probably the only Dante Pettis supporter. I think he's going to.
Hey, Derek, we all support him. We're just getting impatient. He's got all this talent, but he just doesn't apply himself. He's better than what he's showing.
I think it's Jimmy Garoppolo. He had good success with Mullins and Bethel was throwing the ball. With Garoppolo, Garoppolo accuracy is horrible. And it showed in the Super Bowl. Emmanuel Sanders. I'm used to seeing the Niners fans like in Montana, and the Super Bowl gets different.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl gets different. Montana, they say the ball never hit the ground. Montana was in the zone. Same with 95 against San Diego.
Yeah.
Garoppolo wasn't in the zone. He was
Jimmy
supposed to
didn't mess
lay
up.
that ball in.
On a couple of 2 or 3 occasions, and that pass he shot to George Kittle that George had to dive for. I'm not sure what was wrong with it, but you know what, Derek? Honestly, there were times when Jimmy Garoppolo was dead on. I don't know what happened in the Super Bowl, but Jimmy Garoppolo had a lot of games that his passing was precision, right? So he has his ups and downs. So I don't know if you can use that. Dante, I saw him bailing on routes on occasion, Derek. I really did. And I know that when I see it, because I played corner and defensive back, and I seen Dante pull up on a few routes because he was trying to avoid the pain. So you know what? If he gets a little stronger, and I think that's what the coaches told him to do, he may not be a coward. Dante's kind of got a fear factor going there.
Yeah, I think that could be it because he didn't take the offseason serious. You could tell he didn't have the muscle and everything like that. And I think Shanahan's going to have patience with him. I think
He's
Shanahan
trying.
knows that.
He knows he's got skill. Dante can play.
I think he's the best route runner on the team. I really does.
I guarantee you, I agree. I saw that in his first year. Whenever time you seen the separation he would get from his defenders, and it was consistent. Every time Dante felt like playing, the defender didn't have a prayer to stay with him. Now, that's the Dante I like.
And I think Shanahan, he's listening to all this negativity toward Dante. I'm concerned he's going to make a decision based on that. Because I think the local press, for some reason, they hound Dante. They talk about his hair. They talk about the cat, personality. You know, so all that stuff goes back to the coaches, and they say, well, what do we do here? Because they hear what the fans are saying, you know? So,
But Derek,
think,
don't worry. How many bad things have been said about Jimmy Garoppolo? He's still around, and the 49ers standing by him as hard as a rock. So I don't think they're gonna give him a shot. I mean, they told him last year, Dante, don't come in here with nothing weak next year.
Right. Well, they can't help but sticking with Garoppolo based upon what they paid him. So that just by default.
That's true, though. But yeah, Dante,
Anyway,
he's just got to show something. Shanahan can't wait for him to be. He just wants Dante to impress him. You've got all these skills. Now, damn it, come on. And that's all he's trying to get him to do.
And I think in the draft they should, based upon Willie Henry, but you're saying future contracts, they don't tend to stay with the team. I saw highlights of the guy. I think he could be a good player we could plug in rotation with.
He's got the right size. I hope so. It sounds like it. I mean, everything sounds good about him. I got to go check him out, though. All right.
Yeah, check him out. He's really good.
Derek.
But anyway, man, thank you.
Thank you, Derek.
Like what you do.
Thanks.
Like what you do. I'll be calling. Yeah, I listen all the time. So
cool. All right, because we'll be back tomorrow.
Oh, you will?
Yeah, I am.
So
Monday Night Raw.
What time do you call in? I saw like something on your app where it's
Usually,
Monday and Tuesday and Thursday and Friday.
Usually we try to get consistently with those days, yeah. But we'll be back tomorrow. It'll be around 6:30 to 7 o'clock, somewhere in there.
Okay, good, fantastic. This same number, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. The PIN number will change, but yeah, the phone number never changes. All right, fam.
All right.
Great to meet you, Derek.
Say what you put, man. Appreciate it.
Thanks, fam. See you tomorrow.
Take care. God bless. Bye.
Thanks. And let's go check out Santana.
What up, bro? How you doing, my man?
Santana, man. We're sitting there. Well, because Kyle Shanahan had me tripping, man. He's talking about the wide receivers like they ain't all that, and you guys need to get over it. It was a note to say, before everybody thinks I'm going to go in there and use my 13th pick to pick a wide receiver, and I don't always believe in wide receivers, man, I don't know. But Shanahan might be just trying to fool people, because he probably likes all three of those wide receivers. He chatted them up during the combine. But at the same time, he laid some facts out that I says, yeah, that's true. Oh, that's true, too. That's true. And like they said, 49 says, we would have got a already ready primetime wide receiver, but if we draft one, now we got to get him trained up and ready to roll in the NFL. And who knows, we might not even get a preseason to work with. So, this is really a scary thing, the way he's talking. Is Shanahan going to use that pick at 13 for a wide receiver, or what?
I mean, come on. It's Kyle Shanahan can make any wide receiver work in his system. So
that's a good point.
So
too,
when he says that,
he's tripping.
When he says stuff like that, I want to say that it's just confidence in himself to draft a player and groom him to be a top receiver, like let's say Deebo Samuels. It didn't pan out correct. He didn't. What happened with Pettis was I'm pretty sure he was upset about that. Because he probably taught him everything he knows about route running and how to get away from defense and how he's going to be open in the field. But Pettis just doesn't have that dog in him, man. To to be a better player than what he then because I think Kyle Shanahan, I remember hearing in an interview where he said that Dante Pettis had this ability, he had everything came so easy to him, he was so good, and he was a better player than anybody in the field. But it pisses him off that he had all that talent, and he just can't make it work in the NFL. It's just, I guarantee you, once you get hit by those NFL players, you get rocked.
They did hit him. Remember, they had him laid out. Dante got laid out in his first year. How many times? I have a feeling that wrapped it up for Dante. He doesn't he can't deal with the pain. So that's why I said, Dante, go get stronger and let's play ball, man. Come on now. And Dante came back looking the same size. They knocked him out again. All right. So Dante's not serious, man. The guy, if he wants to, he could dominate. The boy's skills are ridiculous. But
he's like he has he reminds me, the way he moves and stuff like that. He reminds me of Odell Beckham, like a little 2.0 Odell Beckham. His body shape and
route running. When Dante starts to shift to lose a guy, if he wants to lose him, that dude is gonna get lost. And we've seen that too many times. But he's got to want to do it and stop being scared. Come on, Dante.
Do it. Yeah, but I read he's in trades with. Supposedly, he might be traded to the Eagles.
I know. So, Ellis pointed that out to me. The Eagles get a good receiver. They can get him to be tough.
Yeah, but
Dante needs to weigh about 205 of rock solid muscle, so he can take some of them hits.
He can, but man, nobody knows what's wrong with Dante Pettis, man. Everybody has a talent to become great, but who knows what's wrong with them, But let's get someone else. Let's Pettis walk away and get someone that's a dog that wants to be wants to get that wants that hit, someone can make contact like.
You can't teach dog. Dog's got to be in you.
Yeah, like Debo and George Kittle, they look for that contact. They want to make that extra run, or get those extra yards.
Yeah.
But I was watching Jerry Jeudy and a couple more videos of Jerry Jeudy and Henry Ruggs, and Jerry Jeudy, he can run routes, and the way he cuts in and out of when he's running,
he abuses
pretty
defenders,
fucking amazing,
Yeah,
he does. He reminds me a little bit of.
Yeah,
he reminds me a little bit of Lamar Jackson when he's on the run. The way he cuts, how he fakes, cuts in and out,
stop and go,
real quick, and stop and go. He's an amazing player, but we need Henry Ruggs. We need that speedster, to take make the DBs kind of spread out and
step off, play off him. I like that.
Run,
that's a valuable asset. You got route runners on the field, but if you got that guy that's got defenders scared, now you've got that team. That secondary's on their heels now. Now you got them right where you want them. Yep.
Yeah, and then we got the running game going. I think that's what happened in the Super Bowl. All those DBs were just pushing forward and stopped our run and pretty much took us out of the Super Bowl, but. Hopefully, Kyle Shanahan picks up Henry Ruggs and be good to go. Everybody would be happy. But that's it for me, Ronbo.
Well, that's good stuff, Santana. You're making nothing but sense. I'm gonna tell you what. I'll be back tomorrow and see what's going on. Monday brings new news. We'll see what happens. All right, fam.
Yeah.
Good night.
All right, you have a good one.
You too.
Man.
Yeah, who was that? We just got through saying at 13 we don't get a wide receiver. What will we do? Will we act like little spoiled brats and start crying and screaming like we did when McGlinchey got picked up? I know I am. I'm gonna tell you the truth. Oh, come on, John. What? Oh, Hey, speaking of John V, thanks, fam, for the contribution. John's always got the great pairs. Because after last year picking up Nick Bosa, it's like, do we expect to get 2 years in a row where everybody's going, oh my God. Everybody wasn't doing that for Nick either, though. So I was. Shalee. E-O-I.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Chanel, as you know, as I alluded to earlier tonight, Kyle Shanahan has pointed out why we need to calm down over these premier receivers. It's just what they are as they're college football players, and I said this time and time again, I am not sold on the Glory Boys looking all that fabulous in school, because by the time they get to the NFL, all of a sudden they're lions made into kittens. Who does that remind us of? Dante. But anyway, it's what I says. That's what I'm thinking. Are these guys really meant for the NFL? Talk to Kyle Shanahan. And if we don't get 13 and pick a wide receiver, oh my God, what are we going to do now? Are we going to pick up a defender? Is it going to be Jerry Kinlaw? Is it going to be Raekwon? What are we going to do? Are we going to trade back? So, Shalil, these subjects and more require your attention. What are your thoughts on this night?
My thoughts are, how about them Cowgirls? How about them Lamb? How about them Seacocks? And how about them Las Vegas Oakland Trader Raider Jones?
Hey, the Rams are not going to exist anymore, Shalil. They don't have any more players. They've told everybody to get the hell up out of here. We're going to just start over from scratch. We're going to pick up.
The Lambs are done.
You know, Gurley's gone. Everybody's gone.
It's the Cardinals and the Seacocks that are in our way.
Yes, indeed. Oh, God. But Shalil.
But anyways, Rumbo,
yes.
We're going to pick up a wide receiver. Kyle's bullshitting. We're going to pick up a wide receiver. And if we're not picking up a wide receiver,
yes,
we're going to fill in for either a defensive tackle or maybe go for a corner. But we're picking up a wide receiver. Out of those three, I think we're going to pick up Jerry Jeudy.
You know, Shalil, asking for Jerry Jeudy 13. Do you see them trading up? Because you're not going to – I don't know if you can get Jeudy at 13. It's too late.
Some of the mock drafts I see, you know, the reason why Cardinals, they went and picked up D-Hop is because they need to address that O-line. That O-line for the Cardinals is not that good.
That's a good point, because they have the money they can do so. And like Kyle Shanahan says, we don't know what we're getting with these college kids, those glory boys, big men on the campus. There's no campus here. This is pros. You can get knocked the hell out in the middle of your route. So, you know, you're right. Offensive lineman is what they need, isn't it?
Yeah. They're going to pick up an O-line. And I think teams like Jets, they're going to need a receiver because they just got rid of Robbie.
Yeah, but Jets need offensive lineman too, because Darnold, he was running for his life the whole game last year.
Yeah, O-line receiver. 13 and below. Well, what number is Jets? Are they 11? 11 or 12?
Oh, no, Jets are way up there.
Well, they're with us. It's Jets, Raiders, and then us.
Okay, so
but I know.
Okay, the Jets are that far down, because I know Darnold. He was under a lot of pressure last year, and I think they want to get him some protection. I don't know. I haven't looked at the draft order.
So we might pick up a receiver, and if out of those three, if they're not available, we should go up. We should go ahead and pick Kinlaw. I think that guy got massive hockey sticks, and he can block half. You know,
he's the consensus favorite of.
He can block bat the balls down.
Yeah, everybody likes Kinlaw. If we don't pick up a receiver, get Kinlaw.
And this draft is heavy on wide receivers, so we could wait till the last pick on 31 and pick up a wide receiver. Either way, I want Pettis to get better. Like he needs to step it up. Like this guy's been playing with cats. Even though I talk shit about these guys, they need to get better.
What we're going to do is, after we need the situation with the virus done, but we're going to put them into your care. You're going to make sure you eat right every night. Stop eating all veggies. You have a few pieces of meat. Get to the gym. Stop lifting those light weights and put some plates on.
Pettis. This guy's meowing.
Hey, Shalil, remember that game against the Steelers, though? When Pettis had an attitude. He started pounding his chest after he made that game-winning catch.
The home game for the Lambs, over there in L.A.?
Did he do something there?
He was balling, even though he didn't get a touchdown. He was balling. He was catching passes left and right. Like, what the hell happened?
I don't know. All of a sudden, Kyle just made him sit down. Maybe something happened in practice that pissed Kyle off. I don't know.
Maybe Debo got too much shine, or some of the other guys got a little bit too much shine.
Because he was starting. Which game was that that Debo took over as a starter? Wow, there's a trivia question. Hey, chat, which game did Dante get excused and Debo start coming on as a starter? You're right. Dante was the guy at the beginning of the season for the first few games.
I think he saw Debo and KB getting a lot of limelight. He said, "F it, I'm just gonna sit down and be a cat."
And pull his phone out and start playing, and texting people. I don't know. I do remember Dante had a few good games, and then all of a sudden he disappeared, and then he stayed in Kyle's doghouse, and people started asking, "Hey, Chanel, remember that game that somebody said Dante Pettis only got 3 snaps?" And Shanahan says, "No, well, I wasn't aware of that." Kyle, how are you not aware? You're the play caller. How were you not aware of that? There's something I wish I knew. That was the turning point right there for Dante. Anyway.
Yeah, his confidence went a little bit down this season. And what are we? We haven't signed Demontre Moore.
That's probably upcoming. But we're going to get on that tomorrow. But yeah, I don't know. That's interesting. Though you're right. They have not. You should think about that tomorrow. All right. All right, Shalil.
Thank you for the platform, Ronbo. Shout out to the 911 Fire. You have a good night.
Hey, you too. Yeah, why is Demontre Moore signed? That's a good question, though. Hey, Jamie.
There we go. What's up, Ronbo?
Jamie, we're sitting here wondering about those wide receivers, and is Kyle Shanahan really smoking hot on these guys' trail? Or is he just saying things to get people to think the opposite of what he's really going to do, as he normally does? And then if you don't get that wide receiver at 13 and all 3 are gone, and then, now what? Is it Kinlaw time?
I think you would trade back down to like 18 or something with the Raiders on their second pick. And then get Mims
the Raiders got
Claypool.
2 first-round picks again? Jesus.
Yeah.
They just keep
I think
multiple first-round
the Jets
picks.
do too, I think.
Who?
I think the Jets might have 2 early ones. Yeah.
Jamie, you ever notice the sorriest teams in the league? Like, remember the Browns used to have 4 and 5 picks in the first round?
Yeah, they never get any better. I don't understand.
You got to be careful of that having. Yes. God.
That reminds me of Ross. You guys were talking about Ross?
Yeah.
Remember what we did to them the second game of the season? We
John Ross finally got loose on us
at the end. Yeah, but they didn't get no points at all. And then they come up here to Seattle.
Yeah.
And then Seattle gave them like 3 points. And then they took that Harvard quarterback or whoever he was.
You know what though? The coaching is questionable in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Why are they losing all the time? I don't.
They put in that quarterback. I don't even know who the guy was. He's like a Harvard guy or something. That's why Ross didn't get no yards. In Cincinnati. That's why they took out their veteran, benched him. Remember?
Yeah.
Because we skunked him, and then the Seahawks gave him 3 points. So they benched their veteran. So Ross didn't have a chance.
The red rifle. What's his name again? Anyway, and now they were trying to get him, and I think the Patriots were looking at him for a minute. But I don't know. Anyway,
I noticed that everybody's on Ruggs now. Everybody understands why we need Ruggs.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think Kyle's he's just speaking, it's a consciousness thing, he's just talking. You know what I'm saying? He's probably just talking out loud, thinking,
Yeah, because he said it at the combine so everybody could hear him. That was strategic, wasn't it? He did that on purpose.
Yeah. Yeah.
Andy Dalton.
Yeah,
Thanks, Josh.
We're going to get one of those guys.
Yeah, we're talking about Andy Dalton. And the Harvard guy that was over with the
he only lasted like two games. And then they put Dalton back in.
I thought he was with the Dolphins. Anyway.
No, I know that the Giants got another guy like that, a small school.
Yeah.
But he lasted all season. The guy in Cincinnati only lasted a couple games.
Some teams are going to continue to be sorry, no matter what they do. And the Cleveland Browns are a living example of that. 4 and 5 picks in more than 2 and 3 years in a row. They stacked the team with talent, and they still got their butt handed to them like they did last year.
Yeah, and this year everybody's saying that they're going to do good again. Okay.
Oh God.
Hey, I've been going through on YouTube and looking at all of the mock drafts and all that.
Okay.
And everybody's trying to push all the good receivers past us and give us all these different players. I'm like, dude, they really don't want us to have a good receiver.
I saw Higgins.
They know they're going to be they're going to be smoked.
Yeah, I seen a couple other guys. Yeah, you're right. Nobody wants the 49ers to get any talent at wide receiver, or any of the standout talents at wide receiver. I saw that.
No, they're trying to figure out a way where we're not going to get no good deep threats, so they're not going to get burnt.
Well, even if they don't, the 49ers are still going to find a way to get George Kittle deep downfield. I don't know how they do it, but,
Well, that's the thing. George Kittle is our main weapon, but we got to be able to get him open out there.
Yeah.
That new guy we got, what's his name? Benjamin.
Travis Benjamin.
He's 4'3". Yeah.
I know, but you know what? If he makes a team, I will be surprised. I think he's camp.
He does kick return.
Yeah, I think he's camp meat, unless they've had enough for Richie James. I don't know.
Well, it's Pettis too, I mean, if Pettis can't beat that guy out, come on.
We all use Pettis, don't we?
Yeah.
Dante!
If you can't beat that guy out, then the guy deserves a spot.
Oh God.
Yeah.
We'll see. Dante's got to be tired. I know. And you know what? He's taking. It's not only us. Dante's getting flack from everybody he knows. Can you see Dante walking to the supermarket, picking things off the shelf? Aren't you Dante Pettis? Why do you ask? It is you. Hey, dude, listen. You know what? And you go to work on it, right?
Everybody's wife will be going off on him. You need to start playing. How come you don't play?
It's got to be tough being Dante Pettis. So, Dante may come in pissed off next year and really play his butt off. I hope so, actually. We'll see.
How many more years has he got on his rookie contract?
He got 2. I mean, he's played 2 seasons, so he's got 2 years left. He was a second-round pick, and the 49ers are not going to fool around. They told him this year, that's it, Dante, man. You got to show us something this year. So,
yeah,
anyway.
we definitely got to see something this year.
Well, Jamie, let me go. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? We'll be back for Monday Night Raw.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, I'll call in tomorrow. I'll call in a little bit earlier so I can get a little bit more time.
All right, looking forward. All right, Jamie. Have a good night.
Okay. Good night.
And there's Hayden. Hey, Hayden.
Hey, Ronbo.
Well, Hayden, as you know, we're talking about your favorite guy, Dante Pettis.
Of course. He's totally not the worst player on the team.
Hayden, who's the worst player on the team? Let me think about that for a minute. I know. You were going to say Solomon Thomas, weren't you?
Maybe.
But anyway, hey, let's get serious. Kyle Shanahan and the 3 top wide receivers. Kyle has already laid out some things that we all need to think about as far as the regard he has for drafting wide receivers in the first round. He does not like college receivers. He does not have to be put into a position where he's pressured to pick one up, thinking he's going to get big dividends. Now, Kyle sounds like, those guys look good. Hey, you got a speaker on? You need to turn that off.
Okay.
Kyle's saying, I appreciate everybody's love for these guys, but I'm not sure if I want to do this or not. Now, I don't want to be Trent Baalke Jr. and get another A.J. Jenkins. Kyle sounds like he's hedging on this, but I think he's kidding. What do you think?
I mean, he's obviously said that and then actually did not get a wide receiver. So I really hope, I'm crossing fingers, Henry Ruggs or Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah,
one of those two. Ceedee Lamb, I think he's going to get picked up.
Yeah, there's a chance that all 3 of them get picked up. They all the marquee, the build-up, the flashing lights, the promotions. These guys are going to get picked up early in the draft as if the NFL did that on purpose, just to make a show, you know?
Yeah.
There may be better receivers than those
and,
three.
And remember how I talked to you last time about Kerry Hyder? About beating out DeMontre Moore? Well, we may not sign DeMontre Moore.
It sounds like it, right? If Hyder's that good, you got a good point there. I forgot about Hyder.
And who did we just sign for the Ravens?
Oh my God! If I see his name again, I forgot. I gotta look at the roster.
Well,
He'll be the name that I know anything about.
I couldn't find it.
Really? Did you look down through the roster already? I don't know.
Oh yeah. Wait, what position is he?
He's a defensive tackle.
Okay. Hold on, let me check.
You guys remember the guy that Derek claimed we picked up on a futures contract? Does anybody remember his name, and do you know him? I've never heard of him. Anyway. But hey, don't waste a lot of time on that. Nobody else seems to know who he is either, so I don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything on like breaking news. Fortnite.
Well, no, he got signed a little after the Super Bowl to a futures contract, and he comes from the Baltimore Ravens. I'm not sure about him, but anyway, Hayden, I just see what you're thinking though. If Kyle is serious, what's he going to do with that 13th pick? Now, if he doesn't get a wide receiver, well, if there's one of the three that he is particularly looking at. Kyle's not looking at all three of those guys. We don't know which one. Is it Jeudy or Henry Ruggs? I doubt if it's Lamb. But if he doesn't do that, where would he go next?
Probably if that guy's real. Well, is that guy the caller that said about the Ravens guy? Didn't he say that was a replacement for DeForest Buckner or something like that?
No. Remember, they picked him up before they made any deal with DeForest Buckner. A futures contract means they're bringing him in. They signed him early on just to come in to fill up a roster spot because you got to have 90-something guys, 93, to start the season with, and then you make a cut down from there. So he was signed on for that reason more than likely. They'll take a look at him.
I would look for maybe a replacement for DeForest Buckner.
No. That's exactly not what he was. He's just there to fill up the roster. Something like Travis Benjamin. Benjamin may make the team, though. I don't know, but we'll see. But anyway, Hayden.
I don't know though. On 13th, if we don't get a wide receiver, I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be tricky.
Because it's not like DeForest Buckner, because I remember you watching the games. I mean, like the post games, you were talking to people. You were like, "Where is DeForest Buckner?"
I know. Yeah, no, I was wondering where DeForest Buckner was. I got a feeling this defense wasn't really ideal for him. The year before, when he got those 10 sacks, that was a different. Kosoric wasn't here yet. So this is Willie Henry. Yeah. Thanks, El Mundo. Thank you, Willie Henry. That's who we're looking for. We're out of time, though.
Oh, Willie Henry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and I have a question.
Real quick.
How do you do those one-on-one talks for 38 minutes?
Oh, well, we do those. I'll tell you what. Send me a note at ronbosports@gmail.com, okay? ronbosports@gmail.com, and I'll explain that to you. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Hayden. You have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, bye, Ronbo.
Bye, Hayden.
Revenge tour.
There it is. Have a good night. Let's go check out what Maurice. Hey, Beto.
Hey, Rumble.
Hey, long time no talk to you, Beth. How you doing, man?
I'm good. Just hearing what everybody has to say, and I go. One of the things that I said when I called the last time I did was, if you want to be on this team, you're gonna do whatever it takes to be on this team.
Mm-hmm.
And Buckner and E-Man didn't do what it took to stay on this team. That's why they're gone.
Yeah.
So and the ones that do want to stay on the same, look at what they're doing. They're not getting a lot of money this year, but for later on, if they do their job and they do it right, they're gonna get their money because they're doing what they have to do.
Actually, Buckner was gonna get a lot of money, but it wasn't a lot of money enough. He turned down an $18 million contract. For a lot of people, $18 million is plenty of money.
So that tells me he didn't want to stay in this team, because if you want to stay with this team, then you'll take the deal that the Niners are gonna give you.
I know, because it was only $3 million difference.
It's not a big difference.
Especially when you get into that many millions. Come on, man. Is it really going to kill you to come down 3?
So that tells me, he didn't want to be in this team. And, and the Niners did what the best for the team. And look what happened. We kept a lot of the teammates because of it. And, we are adding a lot of the pieces. If they plan out, they plan out. They don't. Because I remember the last time in the draft, a lot of people said that I think it was like 10 wide receivers that are going to go in the first round, and it only end up being like, what, 2 or 3 people that went in the first round last year?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah. So,
and what was at the end of the first round?
Yeah.
The Patriots picked up the kid from Arizona.
Yeah, so
and Hollywood Brown.
Hey, you never know what might happen in the draft.
True. So all 3 could be available at 13.
Yeah.
So
because one thing you have to notice is that the defense is what makes everything happen, but also the offense. Who has the best defense before us? Are the ones that are going to pick somebody in the offense. Because there's a lot of, like the Raiders, they have a couple of holes in there, and there's some good tight ends in there that they might even take in the first round because.
Yeah, the Raiders have.
I remember there was a tight end in there that ran a 4.50, and when have you seen a tight end run that fast?
Good point.
So
yeah. Also, you're right though. The Raiders' defense has definitely got some issues. Raiders have no business pulling an offensive player in the first round. You're absolutely right. Actually, when I think about it.
See, so because if you don't have a good defense, your offense is not gonna do pretty good. So it kind of goes hand in hand when you have. When you have a good defense, your offense does a lot better because they're a little bit more rested. And
Absolutely.
It's the same as the defense. So.
Yeah, and well, that's why, and you got quarterbacks going in the first few picks as well. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens to wide receivers. You've got that edge rusher coming out of Ohio State. He's going to go before any wide receiver goes as well. And some people are sick of their secondary. So you might even see a couple of secondary players, including a safety. Mr. Delpit may go high than people think. And, of course, Kinlaw is going to be probably in the top 15. So it's going to be interesting to see what wide receivers do come down if what everybody says about Kinlaw is true. I saw him play. He does look crazy, so maybe.
Yeah, so and then plus, if they do the 17 games, they're going to be able to keep more players because of the 17 games. And another thing is that the more downer you go in the draft, the cheaper they're going to be. The more upper you go in the draft, the more expensive they're going to be. Yeah, so that's another thing you got to think about also.
Well, Bethel, we're going to go because we're going to run out of time here. It's getting pretty late here.
All right,
but we will be back tomorrow. All right.
No problem. Like always, Ronbo, you always have a good show. Keep up the good work, and everybody just let's see what happens, and hopefully Because you never know with Kyle what he does.
Oh, never.
But he always does the right thing.
Well, last year I
sometimes
knew.
he does the right thing.
But this year is another story. This is going to be interesting.
And,
all right, Bethel.
And hit that like for Rumble Sports.
Thanks,
Let's go Niners.
Yeah. Night, Bethel.
Good night, Rumble.
Let's go check and see if Maurice is ready yet. Maurice, you there? Maurice, the space cowboy. Some people just call him Maurice. Maurice! I will get you tomorrow, Maurice. I'm going to head on out. And like TC said, go get something to eat. I love when people say get something to eat. I look hungry, don't I? I wish Dante Pettis would look hungry. Big Mo says, can any rookie receiver put Kendrick Bourne? I don't think so, he says. Big Mo, it's going to be interesting to see. And people still don't have a lot of respect for Kendrick Bourne, but you're right. Kendrick Bourne's got a different skill set, though. I don't think you can compare Kendrick Bourne to what's coming in. What Kendrick does, he does well. Big Show says they're taking wide out at 13. Big Show, I still remember Big Show's been crying every year, saying things like, we're going all offense this year. I know it. And what do? We went and got Nick Bosa last year. Show's been one of the offensive player in the first round for the last 3 years that I know of. Show, your wish is probably coming true this year, though. Josh Chanuski says, honestly, wouldn't surprise me to go guard at number 13, especially if is that name, I've never heard of this, WIRFS, is available to go Denzel Mims or T. Higgins at 31. Yeah. Frank Graciano. I wonder if any relation to Rocky. Anyway, the best possible outcome is Werfus. There's that name again, Werfus. At 13 can play right guard this year. The next year, left tackle when Staley retires. Trade 31 for a second and a third. Take Jefferson in a second. Major come up. Okay. Yeah, I'll never complain about building the trenches. Look what we did building the 49ers defensive front line. They are just outrageous. Jorge Silo says, yo, Empire, after all we've been through these past years, we will be tackled moving forward. We good, just watch. I feel it. Something for nothing, says Jerry is the nastiest receiver in the draft, but we need Ruggs for that speed. He's also nice with the routes, so we still win with him. Yeah, you really do. And I understand what people are saying about running routes and things like that, but it's like Trey says, your toolbox can't be filled up with all hammers, all screwdrivers, or all anything else. You need to diversify that offense. That offense. If you've got guys who can run routes, and Debo can handle that stuff, Kendrick Bourne can handle that stuff. Where's your guy that's going to release George Kittle and company? Trent Taylor can run the routes. You really do need that guy. So the defense, instead of defense, if you see him doing that, that means they're not intimidated by your receivers, and they'll challenge them. Marquise Goodwin, Tyreek Hill, and maybe, just maybe, Henry Ruggs, safety ain't, he'll be telling, back it up, guys. Hey. That's what you want, all right? That's the point. Now that you got them no-respecting clowns backing up, now we got them where we want them. That's the thing. And Michael Nobrega, hey, to brother Ronbo, great job. Thanks, Michael. Tonight, and to all my brothers and sisters, I'm brother Mike from the Big Island. Hey! Hey, wait. The Big Island is not Oahu. Wait. Is that the Big Island? Quite. I'll get back here because I don't want to make the wrong one. Hey, Mike, great to meet you, fam. He says, y'all have a good night, stay safe, and God bless to y'all. And JJ Elimian says to me, eyes and M, somebody must spell that wrong. If you run for if you run for man and a sketchy offense with boom shakalaka, you'll end up number 2 on paper. I'm glad you saved that. I like that one. Bullpup33 says, here's the thing. We don't need just a receiver. We need a T.O. or a Julio. That's the real problem. True. You know, it's just really, man. If you know, the thing is, if you could bring both Bama boys at the same time, game over. Game is over. We got everything we need right there. You know? But you can only get one at a time. You could pick up Mims at 31. Okay, anyway. Forbidden Disciple says we need a corner that can cover DeAndre Hopkins. Forbidden Disciple, that child has not been born. You're not really going to find a player in this draft that's going to stop DeAndre Hopkins. Not no corner. There's ways to stop Hopkins. You don't have to get one guy to do that, you know. Jorge Santos, hey, yo, I'm a Super Bowl 55 is going to be calling because the 49ers is going to be straight balling without stalling. Jorge, that's you. I just realized. How's Chloe? I haven't heard from you guys in a long time. I forgot about Jorge and his rhymes. He's always on time. Fam, I'm going to go get something to eat. I am hungry. So, I will see you tomorrow night for Raw. That like, fam, don't forget to do that. You know how much I love those likes. With that said, and I wonder how long I could have done a few more minutes, actually. Night, fam.